That's really started to pay off recently as well, and that's been back and forth. The Sidious there took a shot there as we talked a little bit about some space names. That's working out, and then there's BW into the oil patch as well. So that's been some really great calls there. And Obi might be the only one that has all three names in the green. So there you go, man. And as we continue to talk about it, but hey, like I said, we're the only ones doing it, and it is what it is. But here comes the SPY again, right back there to the upside. Let's see what winds up happening. Take a little bit more out. We've been trying to buy the dips in here, and it's been working out. So we went back to the NASDAQ, into the index and tried to buy it. Maybe Tesla's getting a bid here. Finally, it breaks. I could try that now. Finally starting to break, back overneath the 25-period moving average right now on Tesla. So we could give that a go and see if that wants to mature back to the upside a little bit. You got to give it at least to 396. So I think you're looking at about $1.50, $2 right now here of risk on Tesla if you like that trade. But I'm going to hold out that maybe the SPY battles back there today. Thank you so much to everybody for enjoying or watching the show. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. Thank you to Joe as well. Thanks to Obi for taking over for Sharif. He's coming up very, very soon. A big shout out to Tiffany, Fabian, Ramin. Everybody, one is over there working hard. So is Brendan. We have Adara this morning as well with all the news. We want to thank her as well. And I do want to give a big shout out to Mitch. Thanks for coming through today, Mitch, from Trade the Pool. Go check them out, Trade the Pool, right now. But it's 11:01. Without any further ado, we're going to continue to cheer on the SPY. Hopefully that can continue to go. And thanks for bearing with us on this Tesla down day. And there it is. Now we're at $1.30 now in the money. So we got dollar clubbing now, and we got to put an offer as we can, It's only a win if you take it out. So there it is. We get some 64s there on the SPY. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the midday show. I'm back at 2. Ciao till then.
For those who know, you know who does that? Alex Poeton Pereira. Keep him up. Nah, it's Pereira, man. He comes up here. He keeps him low. He keeps him low, man. It's Alex Pereira. Always back to the chin. You're still muted. What's up, everybody?
I was saying you gotta plug.
Yeah, you gotta keep him up. But we gotta know what this is from. You gotta know what this is from, though, Katina, man. It's Poeton, man. Alex Pereira. That's his signature walk-in move right there. Obi always want to keep those hands on the chin. You're still off there, guys. All right, man. You guys know how the session has been going. Nice little bounce there in NVDA. I'm long this. I could do a little bit of a transaction for you guys momentarily as we wait for our screens to roll over. But yeah, I mean, hey, it is what it is. If you've been trying to snipe the bottoms, it's been tough on Tesla. Now starting to find, I feel like, some of that aggressive selling. But 4 days in a row to the top side, and then look, boom, engulfing it to the downside. So it is what it is. That's the nature of the beast, man. We're having a lot of fun with it regardless. That's what the privilege of having such a wicked team around you is that everybody's having a good time majority of the time. So there it is, man. It's been a tough one. We gave back a lot of what we made yesterday, as it was mentioned, and then it just didn't put enough size on this trade. This is just more or less a feeler, but a couple of small wins here and there. We get the ball rolling, and then next thing you know, you're only one trade away from turning this absolute rocket ship of a downward movement around here. So yeah, that's where we stand. We'll get into some roll call here momentarily as I pull up. I got a lot of screens up here, guys. We'll figure that out here. But once again, joining me here today is Obi. He is the only one. Kenobi. Curious to how your session's been going. We'll get into that momentarily.
Absolute trash.
Yeah. Hey, man. We'll let you elaborate on that reactions. Yeah, I mean, it's so many horrible. Yeah, I mean, we'll get garbage. It's a dumpster on today's session. Let's see, super hot, not fire at the end of the day. I'm in my head, brain pain gets worse. Yeah, you just got to laugh it off, to be honest with you guys. We're heading into the 4th of July long weekend. Don't allow this to ruin the weekend, all right? It's that simple. But we'll get into some roll call. Obi, what, is it too late for that? It's already ruined it? All right, Ben Affleck in the chat. My favorite, we got Arcane Swain, Slow Motion. Joe, what's up, Joey? Greetings. What's up, No Teeth, please? Oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't. Jack of Art, what's going on there? Beware the Monkey Hammer. Gorav, what's up? up? Los Polios in the chat. Luis Suarez, what's up, baby? Oh boy, says Adam James. MF Dangerous, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Rally. We have KC526 in the chat. What's going on, girl? And then we also have Jordy. I don't know if Jody Mills is in the chat. Shout out to Jody Jacobard. He is back. And Pitchbull, Blicky Spears, you know he's in here. Missing our guy, Jesse Martinez. Hope he's good. Sam and Will Power Son. I hope everyone's having a fantastic one. Go with the flow. And we got Kill, Gorin, Tout. What you mean shorts on fire? Liar, liar, pants on fire. But yeah, it's been a tough one, guys. It's one session. Guess what? The market is forever.
Yeah, for now. But you know what is?
I love you too, Jack.
Growing right now, guys. VinFast continues to expand beyond vehicle sales. This week, VinFast India partnered with Shriram Finance to support EV financing access, while Green SM launched all-electric ride-hailing in Kazakhstan with VinFast VF6 vehicles. Together, these moves highlight VinFast's broader mobility ecosystem strategy. You can find them on the NASDAQ under the ticker VFS. So once again, thank you all for joining us. And what crazy directional movement have we had today? And oh boy, indeed, shout out to anybody who got short. And I'm watching two names here. Now I know there's a lot of them that are very, very directional. I personally got absolutely rocked on one name, and I lost a little bit on the other. We'll cover them in a second, but oh my God, Tesla coming in hot with the deliveries today, and I saw this happen in the pre-market, and I'm like, all right, we're printing kind of flat. We did a bit of a shake and bake all the way up to 440s, almost 440s, and then down to 220s, 225s. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, you have a bit of a roughly 60, 65 point range to work with coming in off of the open. Take a look at that, Joe. The range break of that shake and bake is the place to be. That $424 level slams right through, does not look back. It's doing relative volume. It has a catalyst. It's broken the range that was significant in the pre-market. You can throw on an anchored VWAP here as well if you want to, being like, all right, this is the deliveries. Wow, would you look at that? As soon as I throw that on, some of my indicators from some of prior support and resistance indicators come in, and guess what? More confluence as that 430 ends up being a historical level. I got to check back from when, but regardless, it just adds more confluence for taking this breakdown when it does finally come in. And wow, all the way down to 400s. I was looking at this at 420s. I was looking at this at 411s, and then 400s now cracking through. I lost a lot on Apple today. And this is what I mean by directional moves, right? I had the long through 300. This was my mistake. The long through 300 was absolutely solid. Opening range high, a bit of a pullback into VWAP, hold, and then slowly grinding up into that 300. I'm like, all right,
you were long, Apple? Be good. You were long?
So I was long 300. I was actually long 299.90s, looking for the push on the tape, being like, all right, well, this is going, like in this moment right here, if you go to, I mean, you can't go back to the tape unless you've recorded it now, but if you go and look at the 939 candle on the 1 minute, you can really see that, yeah, if you saw the tape on that candle, you were like, all right, it's coming in, I gotta kind of position in for this. And yeah, it went. And then I get out at 301s and some change, and then
that's why it's bad for you, because
and then I flip short. That was the issue, because I'm like, oh, this is not going right away. This should be going much faster. 300, blah blah blah, whatever, you know, whatever random irrelevant ideas that I came up with in my head. But guess what? There was no reason to sell. There's no reason to sell here. There's no reason to buy Tesla right now on the day, as it's continuing in the downtrend alongside with the rest of the market. Now, I know a lot of people had eyes on the crypto world yesterday, and some of these stocks today looking absolutely, I mean, off of the open, they were pretty solid here. MSTR was one of them. And yeah, I was looking for maybe a bit of a stronger move, but we came in pretty nicely on the back through 100. You see that pre-market, some of these pre-market support levels get lick grabbed right off of the open on that opening range, bit of a bottom wick there, and then off to the races into 100 for a 104.10 high of day. And I think was it, I think Adara was talking to me about SNDK. Wow, take a look at this one. What a short on this one. Doing not crazy amount of relative volume, but 1.5 times in the pre-market. And guess what? Same kind of story here. When we do break down some of these pre-market levels, maybe even some of the opening range levels, we're just done and gone. 2000 breakdown. I guess it was more like 1975. And then all the way down to 1790. So just chopping around the 1800 here on SNDK. So yeah, let me know in the chat. What are you guys watching? What have you guys been trading on the day today? Wow, Google, I'm seeing on the right screen here, Google coming all the way back in. Talk about a V-shaped recovery. Man, have we seen a few of those this week? V-shaped to the upside, V-shaped to the downside here on Google on the day, but looking distinctly different from some of its friends. We just looked at Apple. We just looked at Tesla. I know you guys have been watching Nvidia as well. Nvidia, similar story here. Can't really hold the bid, can't really hold the opening range lows. What else is MSFT? So MSFT, they're all looking kind of different here. Some of them in line with the futures, some of them definitely not in line, and Softy is one of those as it continues to try to push into that 400. Yesterday we had that absolute strength, bit of a V-shape as well on this one, closing near the highs of the day, and then bit of a continuation happening as of right now here on Softy. Netflix saying good-o NFLX, man. As much as this stock has been beaten down, it's been doing pretty decently over the past few weeks here. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Right here, 70, 71 lows. We were talking about this stock much earlier on, at the beginning of the year, middle of last year as well. Beautiful reversion that happened on this one. Beautiful continuation back through 100, back-to-back jacks with some of those catalysts that really brought it down. We can take a look at the weekly here and you'll see what I'm talking about right here. So an all-time high of 134, bit of a bounce off the 75, and then another leg down. So Netflix, yeah, I like it. You know what? Maybe we're getting a bit of a trend break on the weekly here. So I can understand why people might be looking at this. Is it doing some relative volume on the day? That's the first question that I'd be asking. And guess what? It is definitely doing some relative volume in the pre-market session for the past 2 days. So Wednesday, which was yesterday in the pre-market session, you can see here over 3 times relative volume. And then once again today, this morning, doing roughly about 2 times relative volume. And that seems like that relative volume has only been in the pre-market session for the past couple of sessions here. During the intraday, it kind of drops back down to 1 times R vol. So it seems like maybe some interesting participation happening on this one in the pre-market session. It seems like we're catching a bit of a bid here, going into the first 15 minutes of the 11th hour of the day.
There goes Michael Burry short coming into play once again here.
Yeah, I saw that. He got short a few things.
Bro, AMAT, right? Yeah. Now down 20%. Caterpillar. Let's see. Oh, okay. There you go. Bang. Now down 10% off of the highs. And he shorted NVDA as well, too. So those really working out for him at this point. Some downward pressure. Losing a lot of what we've gained here in this name specifically. And this candle right here at above some resistance zones. Excuse me. Not ideal. $120 on Robinhood. What a recovery. And this is what we wanted to see in this name, man. We've been holding this for quite some time, since the 40s. I believe I bought some like low 40s, high 30s, and then I did sell some at 122, and then I bought some back at 120. But it was about like 30% of the total position, so not so bad. With that being said, it does move your average up drastically. Now TKO Holdings, I know some people asking us about this one, pretty choppy if you ask me. Like we look like we're going to break that 218 and then shablam all the way to the downside on that one. Not too good of a look. And a space that was hot for a couple of days in a row there, Obi, was the airlines. Like you looked at DAL, AAL, and some of these other names that were up 4% one day, 4% the next day, starting to cool off a little bit here, but nothing substantially. You're still hovering around some key levels. Is this all-time high for Delta Airlines? a company where it's just like, hey, we don't even really care about economy anymore at this point. We just want to put all our money into business class and just have a fraction of the planes. So that's an all-time high right here in Delta, guys. So not too bad of a look there whatsoever. So if you're looking for signs of strength, maybe the airlines is going to be something you're going to be looking at. JP Morgan still hovering around those all-time highs, up 1/3% here today. And then Walmart, bright and early, man, up 3%. I called the bottom on this one, and I'm going to stick with that until this signal breaks. It's that simple. Let's see if this daily is going to load up for us now, albeit, which I don't think it's going to. Dramatic pause. All right, here we go. So why am I calling a bottom on this? I don't know if there was anything substantial from a catalyst standpoint I can figure out. Kramer's saying buy TGX, Katina Man, and the Kroger, some other than. Anyways, aside from that, there's just a couple of things aligning from a technical standpoint. You have this volume spike and this indecision print. Look how large this volume print is. And it's not even earnings, right? So that's from May. It's going to be the second largest print since that date, okay? And then sure enough, it's just a complete buy program up here. So a rotation out of tech maybe into some of these staples. There's Costco. And I know yesterday we actually did a poll on the fact is like, what would you rather own from an investment standpoint, Costco or our Walmart, okay? Now we're down 13% in Costco off of the highs there, Obi, and we are down 17% in Walmart. So, I mean, not too bad. And we're both talking that they are both relatively expensive, but from a PE standpoint, that is. What isn't expensive from a PE standpoint is Meta in the teens. But it can't hold on to anything, which is extremely unfortunate. Here's some of the defense names. Those guys are on the rise again, 22% to the downside. Here's Northrop here. What are we off of the highs on this bad boy? 30%, right? So there's a lot of solid underlyings at maybe some decent discounts. What is overdone? Listen, I say this time and time again. It feels like something's never going to end. And when it gets to that point, it's probably going to come to an end soon, which is crazy to say, but Marvell down 7% off on today's session, now down 22% off of the highs. ARM Holdings was on a big-time run. Oh, well, yeah, guess what? Obi Shablamo, 30% to the downside on that bad boy. AMAT, which would take who was that you, Katina Man? No, he's tapped in. I know you're locked in over there, my friend. SanDisk down 25% off the highs. So that's why I didn't chase any of these names.
Boys are
brother.
talking about SanDisk and Micron right now.
Yeah, I know. That's why I wasn't chasing. Fodonk is right. I wasn't chasing any of these names up here because you'll get them at somewhat of a discount. So.
Yeah, that Micron. I mean, we're looking at SanDisk, kind of similar sector here. Micron coming in with the 1,000 rejection here, so that was a bit of a pre-market level as well on this one, and then a low of 977s here. So yeah, a little bit of continuation that we're seeing in some of these memory names. Some strong selling yesterday as well. We talked about this where you had a strong V-shaped recovery coming in on Monday. Tuesday, a bit of a chop zone on top of Monday's price action, and then Quadunk, bit of a gap down, and then flush coming into the open yesterday, and seller dominance being shown going all the way into the close as well. A little bit with the imbalances at the same time coming in today. Sure, you get a bit of a pop into prior day's end of day range highs. Guess what? Sellers step right back in with just as much aggression, if not more, alongside the rest of the market here on Micron. So we'll see if this closes actually below 1,000 or not. I'm curious to know, Joe, is this finally the backside? We know that, what's his name, Mr. Burry recently got into some Nvidia short as well. But again, you got to remember, just because a big trader gets into a position and publicizes it, doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna happen. I'm sure how many times Burry has been wrong, right?
Wasn't he long Lululemon?
He was wrong multiple times, but that's a beautiful thing about trading. This is what you got to realize. And a lot of people talk smack about Michael Burry, but you don't need to be right all the time. You need to be right one time, and it has to be like going back to the emphasis on taking that one good trade, right? You only have to have one good trade, and he's had a few good trades. He's had many trades that haven't worked out, but that's the nature of trading, right? And we were talking about some of the podcasts that I was watching yesterday, and that I have been doing over the weekends as well. It's cool because now you see like the trading space really opening up. A lot of people kind of coming out of the woodshed and being like, this is my verified track record, and people coming on screen and giving us valuable information. There's a lot of solid podcasts out there. But some people are just having the conversation about, sometimes in trading when you have a 20 to 30% win rate, which you can have and still be extremely successful. Yeah. Imagine the kind of the kind of mental that you have to go through losing 70% of the time, right? Say I'm like, all right, well, I'm trying to get short something. Sure, you got to wait for the setup, and then once the setup or once certain parameters meet, then and only then will I still win 30% of the time, and 70% of the time I'm losing. So let's just say I'm taking that trade 5 times, I gotta lose like 3 or 4 times. Yeah. And then on the 5th try, maybe it works out and it kind of wipes out everything else. That's the goal. That's kind of one way to do it. Now, of course, everyone trades differently. There's traders that they haven't seen a red day in their life, a red month in their life either. It's interesting reading about some of those traders and what they.
A trader who's never seen a red day.
Like a red day or a red week or a red month, like ever.
So they've never lost.
But here's the thing. This is why I'm still going through it. The new markets. So you got to read the new Market Wizards book. Okay. So it's one of the traders in the new Market Wizards book. But again, at the same time, when you have such a consistent profile, his wins and his wins are not as crazy as some of the other traders who do have a 20% win rate or a 30% win rate. Okay. Because they'll swing, and when they win huge. And sure, when you lose, you take a few hits, but hopefully you're not losing as much. But yeah.
So in the new Market Wizard book, like it tells you about an individual who's never had a red day?
Yeah, I think I gotta pull it up. But yeah. So it's one of the chapters in there. He's I think it was he's never had a losing day more than like $20 or something. I don't know. Again, I'm not.
Okay, so he's had it, but it just hasn't been X amount of money in which he's lost. Yeah. He's lost. Maybe I have a hard time, but I got to read the book though.
Yeah, exactly. I'm only on like chapter 3. So that's what I'm saying. So just like reading, so I got that from the synopsis before I started reading it. But yeah, I got to definitely look more into it. Some of these traders, absolutely crazy, some of their journeys, right?
Yeah, man. Everybody's journey is different, brother. That's for sure. I agree with you. On that one. Yeah, it's definitely a fade day. We're talking books there. So what do we think? I seen your question there, Obi, and it was directed, or sorry, not Obi, but Kill Gord Trout. Excuse me. I seen your question there. From our experience, is this a shakeout? I don't know if it's a shakeout, but if you ask me, like it's something totally reasonable. You look at the runs that some of these memory names have been on, and with no real like deep pullback, at one point you're gonna get it. I don't think, by all means, I'm not saying that it's over. I mean, you get 20% here, but in the bigger picture, like you just go on this big time run and you don't retrace aggressively, makes things a little bit more difficult to just continuously buy, because then at some point you do have that aggressive breakdown, which we're kind of experiencing right now. By no means am I saying the sky is falling, because I don't think that's the narrative. This is just the market. Like, listen, Obi, you and I. Okay. So what do we got to do here? What do we got to do to show them what stonks only do? Good stonks, that is, Obi. What time frame? This is a monthly. This is the NASDAQ.
Those are the Qs, yeah.
Yeah, and they only go up at the end.
Good ones only
go up. Yes, good ones they only go up, man. So,
unless you were living through that lull in the 80s.
So. Yeah, I mean, whatever happened, but after that, they went up, right? So, I mean, the NASDAQ and the S&P. So, if you want to drop out some of the volatility, this is your route. It's so hard to bet against this. Obviously, you have those dramatic pullbacks where you lose half of your value during COVID, and you have a bear market, but at some point, it gives you a good buying opportunity, and then off to the races it goes. You'll always have the changing of who's the best company and the biggest company in the world. Like, think about it, Apple held that for for so long. Microsoft was up there for a long time as well. Now, NVDA has been the king of the thrones at this point. And who knows? I think it can change, right? Things change in life, and you have that kind of revolving door. But the best stay at the best, as the best for quite some time. And if you're Apple, you just have so much cash. If you're Google, you have so much cash. And we talk about too big to fail, and I know a lot of people don't like that term. But at some point, unless you absolutely blow everything up and really, really fumble the bag, it's hard for these names who are in the upper echelon to fail. And that's why buying the NASDAQ and buying the SPY at times can be the smarter and safer route. You don't get that exponential return, which is totally fine. It's nice, steady. And if you're willing to sit in this stuff for 20 years, now listen, I know what Drake said before. He's like, I'm not trying to be rich when I'm 40, I'm trying to make it now. I'm in the exact same boat. But it's better than never. Right, and then what did they say? The average age of a millionaire is 50 years old.
Drake also said that he was the best rapper 35 and under, and then said he's pretty sure that there's no rappers over 35, and now that aged pretty poorly because he is in fact a rapper over 35. So
he's 36.
What we're gonna make is you can't take everything seriously that Drake says. He's not 36, Joe.
Yeah, Drake is 36.
Was he not born in 1986?
No, I think 88. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm not going to quote.
Younger than him.
Pardon me?
So.
I'm 4 years younger than him, I think. We'll see. We'll figure it out right now. It's not that hard. I don't think it's like that deep to figure out when.
October 24th, 1986.
Okay. All right. Boys, sorry.
I do not. I would never. Doubt Adara and her memory.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to go against that, man. He's 39. He's 40 now. All right, he's 40. All right. Cool, man.
Yeah. I mean,
going on 41, man.
I like. What's your top songs from some of his new albums?
Don't Worry is my favorite song.
Don't Worry?
Yeah.
I like Plot Twist.
Like Plot Twist? I don't remember that one, man.
Plot Twist is good, man. It's one of the top ones. Plot Twist is solid.
Yeah.
I heard that the whole Janice thing.
Yeah, you see
where
that
he
meeting?
invited every woman named Janice in Toronto, or I don't know. But,
he's just sending out like a mass invitation.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Things Drake does. Anyway.
Fact Finder, of course, man. But this is the new me, and I wouldn't have it any other way, man. We evolved here. J-Rock is the best rapper. All right, are we ready for the desk right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's go.
All right, take him away.
Let's take a look here at the European market, which did. It's just about to close because it is 11:27 p.m. But at 11:30 p.m. it will be closing, or at 11:30 a.m. it will be closing. And to prepare you for said close is one. How are you doing today?
Good, thanks. How are you, Adara? I hope you're ready for the long weekend. Okay, so European markets, U.S. markets might be in the red today, but European markets ending all in the green, or close to ending all in the green. We see huge 52-week highs for most of the indexes. Stocks Euro 600 right now erasing all that of yesterday's pullbacks, up by 1.60%. Eurostoxx 50 also up by 1.46%, and that's off the back of a lot of banking and pharmaceutical blocks. I'll go into detail a little bit just now. But the main regional leader is Germany, the DAX, up by 2.21%. Huge, shattering 25,000 benchmark. An explosive 560-point surge, and that's heavily backed on huge macro news coming in from their chancellor. So let's go into detail into what happened overnight. What happened in European markets. Of course, the main NFP prints that happened this morning, that was huge news, and basically all that hawkish central bank posturing. The weak NFP data reignited hopes for some intervention. In response, all the futures in Europe definitely surged. The volatility index, VIX, they deflated down by about 16. And now US dollar also sold off sharply against some G10 currencies. That's what happened with the NFP. And in healthcare and the UK, AstraZeneca, they jumped by about 1.4%. That's after they secured a deal with about 1.7 billion euros with China's CSPC Pharmaceuticals. They're going to be co-developing some kidney disease treatments. So that definitely bumped up the healthcare sector in the UK. Other than that, we got some defensive moves from Tesco and J. Sainsbury. That kept the UK afloat. And the big news coming from Germany, that huge shattering of the 25,000 ceiling. That gain, basically, the Chancellor Friedrich Merz, they introduced about a 10 billion euro reform package that will focus on low income tax cuts, pension reforms, as well as affordable housing. And that definitely pulled up the DAX up to all-time highs right now. Apart from that, we had also their conglomerate Bayer surging by about 4% after a buy upgrade from Deutsche Bank. They announced the consolidation of their US glyphosate business, and they're going to be separating that into a separate subsidy called Ruveon. So that definitely was big news coming in from Germany. A lot to look out for, and definitely something to look for tomorrow is how DAX as well as CAC will be performing in the European markets.
Yes, just because the American markets are closed does not mean the European markets are. We will unfortunately be closed, but we'll still get to see one more time before that long weekend kicks off. He'll be back here at this desk at 3:30 p.m. to talk about another market that should be open for tomorrow, Asian markets. See you then.
Awesome. Thank you guys very much for that. Yeah, I'm looking at, or I was looking at a few of these Euro names here on the day. Yeah, some strength for sure, especially in some of these defense names that I'm watching. So it should be interesting to see, what they do tomorrow when the American markets are closed. I don't really have too much data in performance of foreign markets while American markets are closed, something I might need to or might want to look into. But yeah, kind of going back to the conversation from before, Joe. So the wizard's name is Phil Godecker, also known as Trade STL on X, and he's achieved a track record of featuring virtually no losing months over a span of more than 10 years.
Okay, a month
Yeah.
is more reasonable than a day.
And it's just like it's just interesting. We were just talking about like the different stats and different play styles and different trade styles of different traders and successful ones that are willing to come out and really give the public some value and some value about their journey. But yeah, let's get back here to these markets and let's see what you guys are up to as well. What are you guys trading? I don't have anything really on the docket for me. I took my trades this morning and I got absolutely rocked on them. Pretty much giving back most of my BL profits from last night as well. Remember when I was like, yo, BL is going to be good? Guess what? Last night, it was amazing once again.
What'd you trade on it?
I traded some SOXL. Let me pull up a chart so we can take a look at what SOXL did in the overnight market, and I can kind of show you how crazy good some of these opportunities are in the overnight market. So SOXL, go to here, go to boats. People talking about how, edge might not last very long in these here markets. So this is kind of, but like, people have always been saying that. I think edge in different areas comes and goes, and our job as traders is to continuously be hunting for fresh edges and continuously testing if prior ones are back. But anyway, so you have, this was the SOXL move right there. You can see decent leg up in the beginning of the morning or the night session, and then going into much later into the night, you can see here straight selling, especially on the break of this, a break of the uptrend, a break of opening range lows. So you had a pretty strong move from all the way from 225s to 202s and some change. So about a 10% move in SOXL in the blue ocean session. But you can see here coming in off of the open, it's done maybe a little bit more of the same. It got all the way back up to those 220s and then pulling now even lower below 200 with a day low at 186. So it seems like some of those sellers that already kind of started participating last night, going into the morning session, kind of let off in the pre-market session and step right back into the liquidity in the open session here on SOXL. And we've seen so far, as of right now, maybe it's changing as we speak, but sellers have definitely been in charge. And maybe we're getting a bit of a curl here, Joe, where we can see some buying potentially step into this here market. 73.87 lows on the TQs. Apple finally maybe catching some relief here. And it's interesting, distinctly different, right? polar opposite of what the market is doing. The market is selling off aggressively, and Apple basically had a buy program on it all morning.
Yeah,
right.
man.
Tesla had a sell program on it all morning, but that was a bit of a strong, I would say, a pretty big miss here. So we got a headline here: Goldman contributes to Trump accounts for employees' children. Interesting. I don't know how. I'm going to trade off that, but good information.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's like it's not a needle mover or anything.
No.
I don't believe there will be with Goldman Stacks. We like to call that one Goldman Stacks. Up 0.4% here today, not too far off the all-time highs. Ladies and gentlemen, a curl over in the overall market right now. Do we take an attempt on Meta? I think so. This is going to be a good opportunity, man. What else are we here for? OB, if we're not going to try to take the swings and just try to gain some ground that we lost. It could be absolutely disastrous, and we just give back all of the move here in META, and you put in a new low. But there's a couple of things, stars aligning for us. Gorev, what have you been trading here today, my guy? The liquidity on FBL has fallen off a cliff, 22.46. I'm going to have to really reduce the size because we obviously have risk measures that we need to take into consideration. But if it breaks and cracks the low, we'll just be docking it up, man. It's definitely been a cooler one for us on today, but nothing to worry about, right? It's the second day of the month, and we'll find something in the coming days to really rock and roll on. And hopefully we get another big-time opportunity in let's see what this guy. Hello, anyone? Yeah, market makers are doing fantastic here. So let's see what we got.
Always doing fantastic.
But yeah, they're never not doing except for during the GameStop, maybe. Yeah, but
yeah,
market makers then might have been a bad time. But again, it's mostly sunshine.
You gotta understand what they actually do, right?
Yeah, but exactly. Yeah, they just.
A lot of people just like to point fingers at the market maker. I know it's fun to do. It's someone to put the blame on, but again,
of course,
the market is a living, breathing beast, right? So it's best believe you try to tackle the market, you're gonna get scratched up, you're gonna get bruised up. You got to understand the nature of the beast.
Very much so, man.
It will test your mettle.
It will. Hey, man, that's why we talk about mental capital. But hey, let's head over to Facebook and see what FBL. I don't know why on our platform it says 1.5 times. I do believe it's 2 times. So come on, get that curl over here. Maybe if we're fortunate enough, a tap into the volume weighted average price, just tap her in right there. That'd be nice for us. OB, that could definitely turn this ship around on today's session. But again, it's just one day, man, and one day is a blip on the radar. We just want to come back on Monday and see if we can really get the ball rolling. Tesla curling over after this disastrous morning, down 7%, guys. Yeah, boom, shablam. Yeah, so some ugly PA on that front, brother. It is what it is, right? Like it's
back to 400 could be something.
400, yeah. We were looking at the options chain for any forms of support. 2260 would have been more of ideal of an entry, but I do believe we can head up a little bit higher. Big time selling and 589. The breakout started in this name. We'll head over to yesterday's session and see what we got going on. 30-minute, 566, right? So if we talk about 40% pullbacks, then of moves, that is, I think that's where we're sitting. Probably even a little bit more, closer to 60. So let's see if we can find a bottom in META and then find somewhat of a rebound here and get this party started. I do not love. Okay. All right. Anyways, I'm not going to read that. Maybe Meta starting to break the downtrend. That's what I'm thinking, Gorev. We have Dawn back. I spent 15 years in CBO floor as a market and a floor broker. We pretty much always win. Yeah, exactly. Mainly because we were doing the opposite of what retail market participants do. Yeah, man. Yeah. I remember you telling me
you're not even doing the same thing.
Why did you leave? Okay, I get 15 years maybe in something. You're like, all right, let's call it quit. But if you never lose, man, you may as well just continuously rock and roll with that. So.
I mean, it takes a toll on you as well, right? 15 years of grind.
Of straight winning?
Yeah, I mean, like, think about it. Like, you there's other things in life as well. People, you gotta know when to cool off as well. Maybe move on to different things. And again, trading on the CBO EO floor, solid stuff there. I'd love to hear more about that if you're down to chat, but. Yeah, we'll wait and see.
15 years of winning, man. What else? I mean, yeah, I do. You're right, Godo. That's it, man. No, I mean, again, nor you and I have been on the CBOE floor, so we don't know what
I haven't
it's
even
like.
been trading for 15 years.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know what the environment is like, and it's
Not yet.
positive environment is key when it comes to the workplace.
Yeah,
It does.
That's the other thing as well, right? You know, there's you can only win so much. We'll just say that. But yeah, no.
You can't. You can only win so much.
Yeah. So
You think you'd get tired of winning?
Yeah. You ever get tired of winning?
You need to feel a little pain. It's like, all right, I need to feel something, man.
Yeah, no.
Please.
I mean, you see it in my trading as well. I'm like, sometimes I do some painful things before coming back from them. But you know, sometimes you want to know. Sometimes to feel alive, you want to feel some pain.
Oh,
you do some dumb stuff in the market there to feel some of that pain. I definitely felt some of that pain this morning trying to short a grinding stock with a buy program on it, and Apple was the one. Man, but you know, it is what it is. I think I was talking to Jose as well. I'm just like, yo, like there's some places in these markets now. I don't only trade during the day session. There's some places in these markets where the opportunities are just so how do you say, like, skewed. They're just skewed in the favor of the trader. It's just like just being patient and waiting for some of those opportunities, not really caring about much else. And sure, you know, you can be like, okay, I want to react to every single tick that some of these bigger stocks are doing, but a lot of the time, some of the best opportunities are laying where a lot of people are maybe not looking.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree. I agree, man.
It's not always the case, but yeah. Nike calls printed twice saying Roger Noonan calling out David Siamese in the chat. Yeah, I was talking about Nike, man. Nike, I liked the short coming in. Today's earnings day 2 for Nike. It did a decent amount of relative volume yesterday. And coming in today, yeah, the long was pretty nice as well, but I was more structured for the short. And the short did come in really, really well on the failure to follow through of $45. And that was the trade here. I think, honestly, biggest trade for Nike, if you're not swinging, I'm talking about intraday trade on the day today, was a failure to follow through of 45s. And I think you could have got in like 44.70s, 44.80s on this break. You could even get involved on top of VWAP here, 44 halves. For the continuation all the way down to 43s and 44s, so 43.80s to 44s. So decent move there. Nothing crazy in terms of dollar moves, but it's still giving you a decent percentage move there on Nike. But you know, everyone's eyes this morning were on Tesla. Everyone was watching some of the crypto names like MSTR or Robinhood. I know a lot of people were watching some Robinhood. Let's see what that's been up to today. I have not looked at the stock at all today. So yeah, just shy of 115. Wow, would you look at that? Yeah, I might have seen a screenshot of someone that was trying to get long and they got quadunked on here. But yeah, when that selling stepped in, pretty much buying was done for the day. You got that clean pullback into VWAP and then continuation back into some of these opening range low areas. So opening range low is at 112.70s-ish. So okay, hasn't really gotten there just yet. 113s are the lows there of this current consolidation. So Hood doing some decent stuff on the day. I know people watching Circle as well. We looked at that. Cosmetics sector is up. What am I looking at for the cosmetics sector? Let me see. What's that? I guess we can look at Elf Beauty here, and take a look at the weekly. We know Sean really likes this one. I know you guys were talking about this one yesterday as well, and it does seem like. Let's go to daily here. Yeah, I don't know. What stocks in the cosmetics sector are you talking about there? Dijon Mustard, because I mean, I'm only looking at one stock. I'm sure you're looking at multiple other ones as well. But Elf is down on the day, roughly about 3.9%. Goodo saying he's AI maxing at the moment. All the power to you. Good stuff. Let's see. Estee Lauder. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's see. what these guys are up to. So red on the day as well, Dijon Mustard. So this one's down. This one's actually, I guess it's up 1% from prior day's close. So if you're going to count that, sure. But I'm talking about, being an intraday trader. What has it been doing on the intraday? Sure, it's doing relative volume, decent gap up relative to yesterday. It's still technically up, but sellers have been only dominant on the day today on Estee Lauder. So interesting take on that. But we've already seen a strong bid come in over the past couple of days here on Estee Lauder. So good look there, guys. Is BSO a new IPO? Saying Arun Warrior, BSO. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really see anything showing up. It reminds me of yesterday's stock, BSP, that crazy IPO that we had yesterday, BSP. Let's see how our friend BSP is doing today. Crazy move, man. Yesterday, 31s. Let's go back and see if we can see the actual chart here from yesterday. Yeah, this was the price action yesterday. Opens at 31s, rocket ship all the way to 42s and change. And guess what? Going into the close as well, shorts were definitely slapping out of their positions, getting kind of rocked here. As going into the close, I was watching this and it just swipes up a whole dollar, almost $2 to $3 in the last few minutes there, breaking through those day highs. Let's see what it's up to on the day today. So we did contest 40 for a little bit in the opening range price action here, but since then, some relief as we pull back into the mid 30s, 36s are the day lows here on BSP. Fresh IPO from yesterday, $1.6 billion, Joe. Yeah. It's not often we see a $1 billion IPO, but it seems like within the past, I'd say 6 to 12 months, we've seen quite a few.
Yeah, there's been a lot of, even last year too was pretty good for IPOs. Excuse me. I mean, listen, we're trying this one more time. It's just not a day for longs, guys. We'll sit on our hands for a little bit more and see if there's any form of a short. It happens, right? Like you just have those sessions, and it's unfortunately leading into the 4th of July long weekend. You'd think Wall Street, but everybody's over in the Hamptons there. OB, and it's just like sell. At Qualcomm, I don't even know why I have this up on my chart here. We pull up Robinhood, but yeah, things aren't looking too good for the long side of things. You just make it easier in your life. I mean, I think it's established at this point that sellers are completely in control, and if you do, you're just fighting the trend. And you know what they say, man, Obi, the trend is your friend, and I've been countering all day, which, I mean, you do get those elastic style moves when you have the aggressive price action to the downside. And you
sparring with friends is allowed.
Sparring with what?
Sparring with friends is allowed.
Yeah.
Just don't get knocked out.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to knock out your friends. Okay, so yeah, we're just taking another hit, man. It's just paper cut after paper cut at this point. On some of these names here for me, as Meta looks like it wants to put in a new low of the day. Let's see if it cracks it. I'll try to hold on to it for as long as I can, but man, oh man, we're just inching to the brink of, we already gave back the majority at this point of what we made yesterday. And I mean, we don't want to dig any other form of a hole. So it cracks that low. We get out of dodge on that bad boy and try to find maybe a short opportunity. You get that curl over price action here in Tesla, and then you look to engage to the short, because it just seems like that's going to be the narrative. Yeah, heavy tech sell-off. That's the narrative of what it is. Oh, things are getting ugly. All right, we're out of this one here, OB. Oh, no, why did I do that? All right, let's see what we did. We just added a little bit more for a little bit of a pop here. That's not what we wanted to do. So, hey, Joe putting in the buy low, sell lower classic. Yeah. That's the tough, man. Buy low, sell lower classic. Yeah, that's what your name is exactly. So let's see if we get this bump into 55s. We hop out of this bad boy. We're in full position right now. I meant to get all out of it, to be honest with you, but it's all right. We'll be able to find it. We'll do some damage control over here on this front. Let's head back over to our, oh, nice. Oh, we a nice little uptick on that one, on that bad boy there in META. The trading gods looking out for us right now, but 2.4% to the top side is Walmart. Called the bottom on this bad boy. Let's see if we can continue to move over there. Boeing to the top side there, Adara, as things are starting to look a little less turbulent within this name. I don't even know why I'm saying that, because we're just moving sideways on the higher time frame. The monthly is just completely sideways price action, all right? No, love American Airlines, United Airlines, Boeing, Delta Airlines up there. Pepsi up 1.5%, just in case anybody was curious. And then Coca-Cola up 2.25%, so not too bad of a look there. TKO Holdings, I've talked about that plenty of times, negative on today's session, giving back a lot of the moves. But here it is, like there's Bloom Energy to the downside, there's Vistra, Datadog negative, so it's a little bit tougher to find the stronger names except for MSTR. MSTR up 6% here, Obi, so not too bad of luck. And Coinbase up 4.5%. So that's not horrible whatsoever. I don't think too many people are complaining, even though this name has been getting destroyed for quite some time. It's been an absolute tough look here in Coinbase. I mean, listen, one of the more popular crypto exchanges here, or brokerages, I should say, but down 63% off of its highs. Can we call this name a one-trick pony? I think, man, they need to do something else other than just cryptocurrency, because that's just putting it alongside Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin and these altcoins aren't thriving, you're not going to see that translated into the price action of Coinbase, Obi.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at the chat here. Was it Dawn? Here, I gotta scroll back. Dawn Baca in the chat saying they were talking about how they spent some time on the CBOE floor.
Yeah.
Saying that the Options Institute was run at the CBOE, yes, and they used to help them run mock 15 to 30-minute trading on the CBOE floor for retail customers and firm bigwigs to try doing it, and it was fun. Yeah, that sounds like I said that sounds like a great experience. Sounds like so much fun. And I was just talking about nothing will really compare to the open outcry pits. Yeah, I said I wish I was alive for that time. Would have been interesting. Trading like that would have been, I think, a whole different experience.
Yeah.
And the downside of it would have been like. There was a strong ticket to participate. There was a strong ticket to play. It was definitely a little bit of a pay-to-play game, and even then, the stats were stacked against you. As even if you could pay to play, more likely than not, you're probably going to lose more often than not. But yeah, no, interesting stuff there. Still want to visit the CBOE one day, I think.
Yeah, I went to the CME, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. CME is just down the road here.
CME, Chicago.
Oh, sorry. I thought for a second I thought you said TSX.
No. That's just down the street. We can go past by the TSX. I don't think we can get in. That'd be pretty cool if we could. But yeah, man, trading has definitely changed for sure. I mean, it's the same since I started, but I heard over the years, and I'm sure that Dawn, you can attest to that too. So. Yeah, I mean, a little bit trickier of a play, Obi. I know you tried the short here on AAPL. We want to see if we can find a bounce. The NAS SPY putting in a new low of the day, actually not too good, and the NASI starting to head into that neck of the woods. If there's anything that you guys want to go over, technically it's Friday for us. No session tomorrow. I hope everyone has some solid 4th of July plans. I know the Americans, do it big, and I'm sure you're going to do the exact same thing heading into a long weekend, which is a lot of fun. So, yay, stocks, says Showtime. Yeah, I mean, today maybe not be, like if you're short, then yeah, if you're Burry on today and he's seeing Applied Materials down big time. So, yeah, other than that, PlayStation, no disc after 2028 is BS, says Seabass. Okay. Cool. I mean, Obi, are you going to be playing GTA 6?
The last Grand Theft Auto that I played was Vice City.
No way.
Vice City was it was actually one of the first ones that because I had played GTA a little bit of 1, a little bit of 2, and then 2 was actually a lot of fun. I used to play at my buddy's house.
2 was the bird's eye view.
On his PlayStation. Yeah.
I used to play that.
And then when I finally got a PC, I got Vice City, and Vice City was a beautiful, beautiful game. And then after that, I haven't really played any of them.
Yeah, same.
I know there was a lot of hype on San Andreas, and I'm sure it's a great game. I'm sure it's a solid game, but. Yeah, no, there's a lot of mixed opinions on the new GTA, because people were like, oh, because you know how they released like the pre-orders,
yeah.
But it's like it's just a code, because people are like, oh, I paid for something, I want a disc. People usually get like a
Oh,
disc.
they thought they were going to get the hard copy.
So they
Yeah,
bought a
it's all
hard
digital.
copy. It's just a digital copy.
Yeah,
So even
yeah,
if
yeah.
you get like a hard, like a thing, it'll just have like a code on it. Or
No way.
well, I don't know how they're gonna specifically do that. But guys, come on. At the end of the day, like you're living in 2026. If you're talking about back in the day when you would buy a game and you would get like a nice, thick, gamer manual with
the
it,
map
with
in
the
there.
map in
Yeah,
there and
that's a good
everything,
time.
then yeah, you were getting like you were paying for some good stuff, right?
Yeah.
But now it's like most of the games I buy now are on Steam, right? It's digital copies anyway.
Fair
Right?
enough.
So
man.
I don't know, man. It's like I understand people are upset about that for some reason, but guess what? Was it Rockstar Games, right? Yeah. Rockstar is just like they I don't think they care. I don't think they care. This game has been hyped for many years now.
Decade.
It was funny. I saw a meme just couple days ago where every GTA was for a different console except for San Andreas, which was for 3 different consoles.
Really?
Yeah, because it just stuck around, and San Andreas was around for I think PS5, PS4, and 3.
Those were the I didn't know you
and then
played.
PS2 had GTA.
You had
GTA,
Vice City. Did you have the code book? Where you could get
code?
like the Rhino tank, like you get
like the cheat. I think I eventually.
No, the code bag is like you could get like the helicopter and get all these cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Eventually, like after I beat the game, I played it again with like cheat codes just to go through it on like OP mode. Man. But no, it was definitely fun. I don't think I'm gonna be playing it though. Honestly, I'm probably not gonna be playing.
You in tomorrow, Randy?
Boy.
How do you? I mean, all right.
Putting in.
So we're kind of getting these small moves. That's the thing, Adam. That's what I was about to head over to. Shebang says Crypto Banks.
Yeah.
He's heading
Around,
There's Adam James. Thank you for that one. If we could pull this CLRO, small float, less yapping, more trading. Says him, bro. We're getting.
Where's the next trade?
Lit up. Yeah.
No. Let me know where the next trade is.
He's saying it. He's saying it right now. Pull up the super chat if you can.
All right.
He's saying whatever the name that he just put up there. I'll move it here.
CLRO.
Yeah, CLRO, small cap name, starting to move a little bit more there. Halted now, Obi. Oh, wow, nice high of the day break on that one. This is what I'm looking for. Okay, that's not too bad of a look whatsoever. Not too bad a breach of this 514. Now halted to the top side. Let's stop messing around with these mega cap names and maybe head into some small caps because the momentum style. Maybe get a rotation over there. What are some other names that
740K float?
Yeah, man, these things get really rocking and rolling here.
That is
HLP. I need help today. And then here is CLRO. Thanks for the call out and the shout out on that one, Adam James. I'll promise to do more trading, less yapping from here on out.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, you got to understand here. When you've been sitting at the desk for a very long time, you know that good opportunities are a dime a dozen. So it's just like, if there's anything that, maybe you can extract from the non-trading or sitting on the hands, is exactly that. Being able to just like chill out, watch some of these moves happen, let some of these trades pan out so you can figure out what is the highest probability opportunity for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you for pointing out Clear One, CLRO. Not really my cup of tea, but something definitely I could be watching here. It's never really my place to be like, oh, I can't learn anything from this or I can't benefit anything from this. I'm sure 100% if I sat down and I kind of watched some of these names, I would learn a thing or two about some of these small caps here.
Where's my boy?
Yeah, no, I think it's good to keep stuff on watch. Even coming in off of the open today, other than Tesla, I didn't really have anything much on watch. And yeah, I was just like, today might just be a light day. And those are the days where you really got to watch out because you don't really have too much of a trading plan.
Yeah.
And you're just coming in, and if you're taking shots, you got to make sure you're not taking heavy shots. You're not shooting bazookas on days where you have no plan. There's no tactical aspect.
You don't want to unload the clip on that one.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much what I did this morning.
Okay, Adam. Yeah, I can tell you the tap on this bad boy. CLRO. Let's see. Shreve's already in Dallas. He's messaging me. He's like, yo, what's going on with Apple, bro? I'm like, man, it's just on one here today. Joey
I mean, the personal
overtime.
is looking great.
Top is 579, my brother. 579 is the theoretical auction price.
79.
Here.
So that's a penny away from where we halted.
Yeah.
That's not good.
It's not good. It's not. It's better than going
I want to
down.
see it tap above $6 on this.
I'm up 56% today after big losses yesterday. You guys help a lot, man. Shout out to you. Thank you for that. Love Mexican boy. You guys got a big matchup coming up here against England. I'm looking forward to that. I love Mexico. Yeah, I think I have to root for Mexico on that one. I'm half I'm not. I'm obviously lying. I just love everything to do with Mexico.
You're half Mexican.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Like,
no, I think you just like tacos.
Yeah, let Joe live his natural love. Yeah, I know I have been, man. And trust me, and I appreciate all you guys. The majority of you guys are positive individuals, and you know I love you all. Vamos, Mexico, absolutely. Oh, man, it's an absolute tank city right now in meta. We can't find any form of a bottom at this point. Yeah, exactly. Hermano is Mexican. Yeah, exactly. So, other than that, Asesino's in the building. He's doing his thing, man. It's a nice chill Thursday for sure. Joe, what's your background, handsome? It is. I'm half Jamaican. My father is from there. He came here when he was 20. What do they call? I don't know if I should say it online. I'll probably get in trouble for that one, which we're not gonna. With nothing. Someone says, see what a rune warrior said, but there's another terminology for that. You can find it over there. Up 15%, Allen. Up 15% on MUZ, nice. 2K pocketed so far today. Nice, man. Rolling into the weekend. Listen, I have a couple of buddies coming from up north. We're going to watch the Portugal game. Nice. And we're going to have fun. So, yeah, we're going to have some fun watching that. Other than that, I have no dog in the fight. I'm going to be honest. My friends know this. I'm like, the Portugal fans, they kind of annoy me and stuff like that just because they're so, like...
Why is that?
Yeah.
Have you met all of them?
Well, not all of them, but the ones that I do know are like, it's like, man, chill, man. I don't think they've... Cristiano's never won a Euro Cup or a World or whatever. He's never won one of those. So yeah, other than that, man, I'll be silently rooting against them. No, I'm joking. If Portugal wins, then I'll be happy. Pretty sure they're heavy favored. We're just getting. Oh, there it is. It's open now, guys. There it is.
Where do we go?
Adam James. Yeah, 582. We're up 3, but watch out for the pullback here, guys. Things can get pretty hectic. Now, I don't have my halt bands like Sharif does, but we'll keep our eyes out on CLRO just in case it does want to go on a big-time rally. You pulled up the float on that bad boy? Oh, okay. This is getting absolutely disastrous in meta. I have no option but to get out of this trade at this point, guys. So I'll apologize for not being able to put it. Actually, I don't. But, again, I would love to put on winning trades for you guys. It's just the nature of the beast. It hasn't been a bad week. So we take some losses today, and we're on the precipice of just almost ending it because we're almost shut down. Full disclosure.
Yeah, all right. We'll be right back from Adara.
What's happening now is a drop here in the NASDAQ. Right now, we're kind of hanging out around this low. Let's see if we do, in fact, get a flat bottom break here. We might as we speak as the NASDAQ tries to crack below 714. S&P 500 also, it looks like already below that prior low of day. So let's see what happens here. SPY here, the level of 748.4. We've already just broken below that. NASDAQ, we're looking to see if we can hold 714. Still testing that level right now. One of the stories that I think should have, in a lot of people's minds, arguably buoyed the market and really didn't in any kind of long-term way were these Tesla deliveries. TSLA posted its best ever Q2 for overall deliveries. This infographic just pictures its Model Y and Model 3 deliveries, but it wasn't enough to save the stock. It did initially get a bounce, trading as high as $430, currently hanging out around $400. Now, speaking of things that have given back moves, Micron, SanDisk, STX, and WDC all in focus, all hanging out at or near intraday lows as traders assess the memory space. For what it's worth, SanDisk currently down about 11% today. It was down 10% yesterday. So kind of in a bear market already with just these first 2 days of trading in the second half of fiscal 26. These memory names buoyed the market and they led the market in the first half of the year. Will things change in H2? We'll have to wait and see. But you know what you don't have to wait and see? This show, because it's happening right now. So please hit the like. Please hit the subscribe. give an oh boy for Joe, or Obi. Shout out to the Bald Brotherhood with Joe and Neil. We've got a great community over here. So please join us every single day. Back to you.
That's crazy. Yeah,
Nice.
Crazy, man.
Hey, I'll join the Brotherhood soon enough.
No, man, stop saying
No,
that.
I
man. Why do you
will.
keep
Trust
saying
me,
that,
because one day, this is how it's gonna be. This is how it's gonna be, and I'll tell you guys right now. One day, I'll walk in here, and there will not be a single strand of hair on.
Bro,
it'll just transition. It'll just boom.
Bro, you have a full
It'll just
head
be
of
like
hair.
gone.
You have a full head of hair. Like it's literally you might have the most hair here next to Adara. And maybe Ramin.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. There's definitely
And Fabian, like
yeah, well, exactly.
you're
Come on. What do you mean?
With Fabian,
like Fabian's got a full head of hair, luscious hair. Fabian, I am definitely not jealous. Of
Fabian
all
trading
of,
Fabian
all of
trading options these days. So there's the time, the ticker is already on, like the time lapse is on if he keeps running those option games.
Yeah, exactly. No, man, I'm literally looking at the rate of the rate of exchange. Nice.
Yeah.
The rate that my hair has been falling out, and it's been incrementally. It's just been more and more as I progress along my trading journey. So yeah, interesting stuff for real.
Yeah, man.
But no, that's how it'll be. Do a mohawk first, saying Jubilee.
It's crazy.
You got to see some pictures from my undergrad.
Oh.
I had
Did you have a mohawk?
I had a faux hawk going on. I did some crazy. Dude, I love my hair, and it's just the fact that I'm stuck. I'm stuck to this haircut because of certain things that are happening in the back, and it does well to kind of conceal.
You don't think I loved my hair?
Dude, I went through so many different hair phases. I had a mohawk, I had a faux hawk, I had a blowout, I had all sorts of different fades. I did a buzz cut. I used to do like a split early on, I guess in elementary school. It's just I've gone through many phases. Yeah, hair is good, but the upkeep can be annoying. Yeah, tell me about it. I used to have a nice, beautiful mustache, all the way, kind of nice and curly. But on the days that I didn't kind of do it up with the wax, it'd just be like, it'd just be like droopy, it'd just be everywhere. But it's definitely.
What's the difference between a faux hawk and a mohawk?
So a mohawk is more like an actual classic mohawk, and a faux hawk kind of like, I think it like fades in.
Okay.
Yeah, and like a mohawk is just like hair, no hair.
All right.
And then a faux hawk is kind of like, I don't know, like a fade. It's a faux hawk. It's a hawk.
Oh yeah, I get it. I see where we go.
Yeah.
Do you see anything interesting here, man? I guess we should talk some markets. It's every bit.
Tesla's coming back in.
Yeah,
Tesla failed to follow through.
Low of the day.
We
got rinsed on FBL once again. Like right out of the gate, I caught a horrible fill bright and early this morning. Obi, I punched. I thought it was like 28.10s. I get filled up at 24.28, and then it just went boom. Which is really, really tough. What's a skullet? I don't even know what that is, man. Joe needs to grow his hair back. I would love to, Angelo. But yeah, other than that, here it goes again to the downside, guys. 5% is meta to the downside. I love all you guys. You guys are mad funny, and I think everyone's having a good one here today, getting ready to rock and roll for your July long weekend. I know I mentioned that for sure. More yapping. I know. I'm sorry, Adam. I'm trying to get into trading, but I don't see anything. All right, we love America, man. I love Dallas. I love Texas. I like Chicago as well too. I think Chicago is a great city. One of my favorite cities. I have
Windy City.
Yeah, the Windy City, man.
Yeah,
we love Illinois, man. Uncle Joe. That's crazy, Milton. But anyways, I am an uncle 3 times over, actually. Yeah. So shout out to them. All younger. That's how it typically goes.
How many siblings do you have?
I have 8 half siblings.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
but it is what
It
happens.
reminds me of my mom's family. She has 11 siblings.
Yeah, that's crazy. All full.
Yeah,
Mine
11
are half,
siblings.
right?
Her parents got very, very busy.
Yeah, boy, very big. It's crazy how busy they were back then.
Yeah. 11? That's like what, 12 kids?
Like
12 kids.
my grandma's one of 8, so it's just like, man, what were you guys even doing back then?
Exactly.
And things that.
I mean, I guess people not on their phones and on computers all day. You don't have
crazy.
much else to do.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, exactly.
Pop some kids out.
Exactly. Apple's on fire. Sharif's ringing down my phone. He's like, bro, what is the catalyst? I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. Probably something related to China and the memory storage, obviously, getting their memory from China, which Adara said I don't think is going to happen. I highly doubt it's going to be allowed to happen too. But
if we have time later, I have lots of thoughts on that.
Adara, we got a lot of time, so chime in.
Okay, can we do it now?
Yeah,
We're
absolutely.
Apple memory.
That's what I'm saying. Let's do it now. Yeah.
So I've ran. You guys know if you've watched the show a little bit. I'm really into, and I'm still watching the news, guys. So if news comes in, we'll stop this conversation. But I'm pretty interested in U.S. politics, mostly just from like an observation perspective. I'm not talking party lines here. I find it really interesting. I like watching the hearings. So with that in mind, you notice there are a lot of politicians who I can tell you off the top of my head, I could name like 5 that are absolutely not going to be okay with what Apple's going to be doing here. So here's the thing, even if they get approval from the Trump administration, apparently they're talking to the Trump admin trying to get approval. Here's the thing, Joe, Opie, and people watching, Trump still has to answer to his party, which is the Republican Party. Now, I think this would be a bipartisan issue, but he doesn't want to anger his base too much. Now, Adara, what are you talking about? His base wouldn't be angry. We already have had Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas come out and say, even on the hypothetical of this, he came out on Monday and he said, like, he doesn't want Apple doing that. Now, there's another senator I can think of off the top of my head as well, Senator John Hawley of Missouri. One of his biggest platform things is he hates big tech, and he's also not pro-China. So this story, again, runs with both of these. Now, going back to Tom Cotton for a second, if you guys don't remember, the reason Intel even caught on Trump's radar, which again leads to him, he calls for Lip-Bu's firing, then a week later they invested in Intel, all that only happened because Tom Cotton went on Fox News and was like, I'm not happy with this CEO Lip-Bu Tan's ties to China. That is the whole reason that Intel caught on Trump's radar, because he watched it in Fox News. People have done the timing math. It was on Fox News a couple minutes before. I'm not saying fake news, Trump, I'm saying the truth. So I know this is very impassioned, but the point I'm trying to make here, guys, is I think given this pedigree, given the fact that senators who are pro-Trump and who Trump would like to keep on his side are not going to be okay with any kind of Apple-China deal, I highly doubt this goes through. I think it gets stopped in its tracks. I don't even know if the White House would allow it. We've already had so much flip-flopping over the issue of will Apple be able to sell, or will Nvidia be able to sell chips in China? So anyways, thank you for my rant, guys. I also do have some news here before I let you go. This just came in, nothing massive, but Trump administration and Anthropic have reportedly not discussed the government taking stakes in the firm. So we know we heard they might be taking stakes in OpenAI. Looks like they're not doing so in Anthropic. Shocking, probably no one. Back to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, I agree with everything Adara said. There's zero chance. I think the only valid argument that Apple would have is that, hey, you are aware that we are going to be passing the increase of costs onto the consumer, which obviously could hurt some of the fundamentals for Apple. There goes CLRO, screen, please and thank you. Break through the high of the day. I was looking at this one here, Obi. But as fast as they go up, look how aggressive it pulls down. 30 cents just like that. CLRO, where are you in at from, Adam? I'm curious to know. This has been an absolute banger, up 82% here today. How do you feel about these small caps, Obi? By no means am I going to classify myself as any form of a trader, but if you like the momentum style of things, some of these small caps, in my opinion, are the way to go. I really like the way that they move sometimes, but they can definitely smack you in the face.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of edge when it comes that can be found in trading small caps. I've kind of dabbled in it myself, but it's not really. How do I say? It's not my they say the style that you trade has to align with your personality, and I feel like sometimes when I try to participate or look at some of the small caps, it just doesn't necessarily go too well. Even when I'm trying to follow certain systems and certain aspects of it, it's just not really something I want to necessarily pursue as of right now. I am looking at them and certain setups when they do happen. I think like the setup's the setup. If it's going to happen on a small cap, sure. Other things like the ability to manage risk within a certain quota, if it's there, then yeah, sure, I'll participate. But other than that, I think I do want to spend some more time just working on reversions. I like my reversions, and I've been compiling over the past, especially over the past year. It's gotten a lot more focused in this past year with reversions, and that's something that I'm working on. And now, whether that reversion happens on a small cap, on a large cap, different nuances, right? Then that's what I'm learning as well, picking up on different nuances when it comes to reversions. What makes a reversion, an A+? What makes it a B? What kind of reversions are just a trade per trade basis? Like some of these mean reversions, you can't really kind of compare them to other reversions because it's just, the story of that trade, that stock that's potentially setting up for a reversion could be distinctly different, even though on the chart it might look similar, it might have a similar feel. But yeah, that's what I'm more focused on, kind of learning some of the nuances. And it doesn't necessarily have to be limited to mid to large caps, but that's mainly where my focus kind of is in building that craft of trading, that part of my trading. Ben Affleck saying, sometimes you need to revert the reversion. Absolutely true, my friend. Sometimes the reversion reverts, and you must participate in reverting the reversion. Thus, the reversion of the reversion is born. So yeah, good point there. But anyways, it's just sometimes there's a lot of different ways you can look at reversions. Maybe we can do a thing on reversions sometime in the future, and I can kind of talk about some of my findings. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about everything, but
why you don't want to give that away, Obi?
Absolutely not. Why would I? There's certain things that I'm more than willing to give away, but there's other things that I'd rather not. But then again, I could be wrong. What do I? Whoa. But I do think that edge leak is very much a thing. Even though mean reversions have stood the test of time, right? That's the thing. That's why I'm leaning into it a lot more, because I'm just like, okay, if you just study charts going back into the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, mean reversion is a natural kind of occurrence when it comes to price action. You talk about the rubber band effect. So we talk about things that are tried and true over the long run. And reversions have definitely met that criteria, and trend trading as well, right? That's the other side of it. CLRO.
This is why I love these things. I was going to play this break. I was going to play this $6 break here, Adam. Nice. What are you in at, Adam? I'm curious to know. Dawn, back up. What are you up to? Kennedy is the GOAT, better than all the Boston Kennedys combined.
They're talking about Senator John Kennedy, who has honestly the most entertaining X feed ever. Please, please, please check out his X feed. He talks about his elliptical that he named Margaret, and I'm not joking.
Okay, all right. Shout out to Margaret. All right, Hi Trader, what's up? IBIT 3550 calls expiring today. 800 contracts, hold or sell. Where are we at? Dude, honestly, you just gotta, for someone who's not seeing the market today, I don't know, what does this price action look like to you? Are you gonna hold up in that area? And these contracts are gonna probably start to expire relatively quick. Like, we can pull them up right now, to be honest, and see how they have been holding up. IBIT will pull up this bad boy. 800 of those smackers, eh? All right, let's see what you got going on from that expire today. All right. So you're holding some of that size. Like, you're telling me you're almost 10% of this? That's crazy. They're $2. They're not worth anything. So what are you holding on to? Did you write them? Like, have you or sell? No, it sounds like you've owned them. They're not worth anything. I don't know if there's anything to hold on to be honest with you, man. You could if they're worth $2 if that's how you're feeling here today. iTrader, but as you can see, they're going to expire worthless. Is there even anything on the bid? No, they're worth $1, and these aren't even worth anything, so you can't even write them at the end of the day. It doesn't look like you have anything, unfortunately, at that point. Only about $5, mostly out at 650. All right, it's all right. At least you 1 cent for F's sakes. Those calls are 1 cent. I know. I don't know what you want. There's nothing we can really do with that. Joe, only about $5, mostly out at 650. And what do you mean mostly out at 650, brother? You caught that high, $5 to 650. You'll take that all day, man. Nice work there, my boy AJ Adam James. Healing pain naturally over there. So nice look, brother. I'm wondering, are you on the island still, or what's going on? Sick, Adam, says Mike Peter Ryder. Gore, what are you up to? Adam James?
So which island is that?
The Van City.
Oh, okay.
Vancouver, I guess Vancouver Island. Love the quick bucks plus pops. Yeah, so there it is. CLRO, pretty good one, Jody. I need to know, what is the ideal price to start buying SpaceX long term for you guys? Do you expect it to go under IPO price? Listen, I bought some at 60s. I bought some at 70s. I removed my 150 order. I have no idea where this thing is going, and if I did, I would just YOLO my port in whatever direction it was. I have an order at 125. Let's see if that gets filled.
If I knew where it was going, I'd throw everything at it.
That's what I just said.
I haven't done that. So it's just like, nice. We don't really give out any financial advice here. So you put on a risk each to your own. But when it comes to SpaceX, I think my opinion is I want to be a little bit patient, and that 150 level is going to be very interesting. And it does seem like over the past couple of days, it's tried to kind of contest it. Let's see what it's doing now. Wow, 677's on the clear one. Maybe it was very clear that this was the one that we should be trading here. But SPCX, Space Exploration Technologies. You see? 157, so sideways chop here. Let's go. I know there's not a lot of information on the chart here, so we'll try to kind of work with what we have. You know what? I don't like this daily. I'm just going to go to a 3-hour chart. I need some more information here. So, okay, you can see here. We can just keep it simple. Where have buyers been showing up? Right? Buyers have been showing up. Actually, I think I already have some of these things here. Buyers have been showing up around the 150, and that's what happened on day one. That's what happened here on June 23rd, and then throughout that whole
everybody's saying 4 or 5 day session
here.
It's getting smoked right now, Obi.
Yes, yeah, I mean the chips. I think the chips are kind of getting rocked.
Yeah, Intel getting rocked.
But SpaceX. The buyers are at 150. What happens at 150? I don't know. If it's going to build into it and break below, guess what? A lot of people are going to get stopped out below 150, and we have to look for price discovery lower. But we'll be right back with Intel and some of the other names right after we get back from Adara.
Keep an eye here, guys, on Roblox and Meta. So about 15 minutes ago or so, I've just kind of been seeing it circulate on and off the past 15 minutes. Meta, according to a Business Insider report, is rolling out this Pocket, which is going to be a new social AI app that allows users to create and share interactive gizmos by prompting AI. So Roblox didn't really move on this, but this is going to be in competition with Roblox. Again, users kind of creating their own games and apps. Here's META not moving on this either, but just wanted to let you know again, roughly 15 minutes ago, you are seeing here this report from Business Insider suggesting Meta is releasing something that could be competitive with Roblox. This also, I'm seeing people mention this in the chat. This came out about a couple minutes ago. I mentioned it then, but I'll mention it again, guys. Hearing reports that the Trump administration and Anthropic have not discussed the government taking stakes in the firm. Back to you.
Thank you very much there, Adara. So let's take a quick look at RBLX, Roblox right here. Okay, so day lows coming in on RBLX. Interesting stuff there. We'll take a look at Intel. You guys were calling out Intel. Intel 120s. Incoming as of right now. Decent relative volume in the pre-market session here. You can see roughly about 2 times in that hour coming into the open here. You can see, I guess around 730, 740, that volume spikes, and then we get some consistent 2 times relative volume going into the open here on Intel and Quadunk. Breaking the opening range lows, and then attempting opening range highs, failing that first, failing back below VWAP, which is probably in and around somewhere here, and then breaking into this opening range low chopping it up, and then now taking a secondary leg along with the rest of the market, right? Tesla, I was like, this might bounce back through 400 potentially. Guess what? That 400 is now used as resistance to the downside as sellers step in. Once again, 394s just trading below that as of right now on Tesla. Apple is wild, saying Litech surgeon. All right, so Litech surgeon saying Apple's what? Is Apple still? Wow.
No way.
I mean, yeah. Here, I mentioned earlier, I got rocked trying to short this a couple of times, and that's what happens when we talk about focusing on one strategy or focusing on one idea. And if I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna try to revert this thing. My worst days literally are when stocks grind up like this in this fashion. When there's a very clear buy program, especially in and around this 300 area. That I think there's a bit of a buy program there, and then seems like Buddy's switched on once again here off the 305s and some 306s and some change once again. But I gotta look at the tape to kind of confirm that there. But Apple absolute strength on the day. I got rocked on it personally on the intraday, but best believe my the personal portfolio is definitely looking nice here.
That's good.
On this one. Apple again. I talk about Apple and another name, one of my biggest holdings.
What's the other name?
I'm not going to talk about it.
Bro, you can't do that.
If I told you, there would be repercussions. No, I'm joking.
Who cares?
No, I know.
You can't just be like, oh man, but I got another name that's huge in my portfolio, but I'm not going to tell you.
I mean, hey, listen,
just type it in there. Is it GFL?
Yeah, some of it's in GFL.
Yeah. Okay, now you're just lying, man. And you're just getting out of here. That's crazy work, bro.
No,
all right,
I don't really look at some of my long-term charts very frequently, but I think GFL is definitely one of them. GFL,
I'm trying to be
lives
green.
Buddy lives in Vaughan, the CEO.
Yeah. I'm trying to be green for life. Too,
green for life. So this so far has been
hold
green
on now.
for
Now I got a bone to
me.
pick with Adara. How come GFL wasn't on the Canada infographic yesterday?
Okay, guys, I'm not perfect. I used the theory of preferred for sure. I Googled, and I know I missed GFL. I missed Enbridge, which is actually might be featured in an infographic series that's going to be coming out for Independence Day. So wink at that.
Shop? Did you have
there
Shop
is.
on there?
Unfortunately, I forgot about those.
Was Shopify on there?
Pardon?
Was Shopify on there?
Shopify was on there.
Okay. All right.
And it was also, it will be on my list of worst performing NASDAQ stocks so far this year too, unfortunately.
Nice.
So again, guys, there will be posts all long weekend. Stay tuned.
All right,
there's only so many stocks you can fit.
Did you do a 4th of July infographic, Adara, or no?
Oh, Joe, have I been working on a 4th of July
boy.
infographic?
Okay.
I've been doing this, I alluded to this yesterday, I've been doing this very long-term research project. And we're almost done, and I'm planning on starting to roll that out on Saturday, but you're probably going to see a preview today on their wall.
On your segment?
Yes. So I'm trying to get that done. There's a lot of number crunching. I'm building the database of all my data. You guys will understand, I think, when you see it, why it took so long, but really excited.
All right, here you go. He's going to add again.
What are you?
Adam, what's up, brother?
I thought you had a red painted nail.
No.
I'm like, what's going on over there? It's like, okay, so this is a little those like pill things?
No, I don't know what it is. It's from a pen. I just
it's just like a little cap thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's from a pen.
Tripped me out for a second. I'm like, why did he paint one nail red? That was funny. But some of these names, GFL, Apple, long-term portfolio. That's what we were talking about.
Okay, that's as far as you're gonna go with that.
Yeah, I think that's as far as I'm gonna go. And those are the longs. Let me just keep it.
You got longer duration shorts in there.
I like swing shorting.
All right.
Not for months.
But you swing shorting, but you said the long term now. It's only.
I said those. Okay. Those are. That's it for the long.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. 12 and a quarter to the downside is SanDisk. Is SanDisk in the LT?
I'm waiting for both SanDisk and Micron backside. So
what are you thinking here from price action standpoint? Like $1,000 maybe?
I'll let the market tell me that, but I'm gonna wait I mean, the trend is starting to look like it's definitely weakening, but I need some more information on the charts to really start to get involved.
$1,000 would
Maybe
be
some
60%
sentiment change, maybe some fundamental changes to some of the stuff in the memory sector. Maybe that'll be it. But I'm waiting for the right time to potentially get. Maybe I don't have to have the whole move. I'm not saying they're going to go back to zero, but I'm looking for roughly 30. We'll start off with 30, but I like my reversions at about a 50% reversion.
There's something coming up. I mean, this isn't like new. This isn't new or anything along those lines. Came out. So Apple shares hit the highest level since June 8th, up 4.2% today to $308 now.
They did have news this morning. Yeah. 5
new iPhone models.
Yep.
As it seeks to gain market share. So 5 new models there, which is a little excessive, but I mean, hey.
I mean, it's Apple. People will buy them.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I wonder how the iPhone Slim has been performing.
Yeah.
I've only seen a handful of people with that, but it's pretty cool, to be honest with you. I know you're not an Apple product guy there, Obi.
The only thing I like about Apple is their stock.
Okay.
And I've said this multiple times again. The only thing that I like about Apple is their stock and their business model as well, obviously. But well,
it's part.
Shout out to everybody who buys an Apple. Thank you for that.
Oh, all right. Okay. I see how it is there, Obi. All right, man. We'll head back to our old watch list. Here's TSM. I know Mitch was talking about TSM here today. Down approximately just about 9% off of that all-time high. So, I mean, listen. Are we? Yeah, we have to be. I'm pretty sure we are. We'll head over. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. What are they saying, Obi?
Buy low, sell low, are saying, ew, imagine texting Obi and he sends back a green bubble. Okay, you can keep your blue bubbles to yourself.
I see what you did. You don't. Yeah, it's like immediately. Okay, we're 2 trillion here on TSM. Yeah, I told you my old BBM story way back in the day when I was a young guy in the club, and I had the iPhone 4, right? Like it's still relatively new. Yeah, I was there in Barrie, Ontario.
Nice.
And anyways, I'm walking down the stairs, and this girl goes, "Oh, hey, what's going on? Can I get your number?" And I pulled out the iPhone.
Yeah.
She's like, "Ew, you don't have BBM?"
Yeah, I remember when BBM was the thing. My first phone in high school was it the 3330, the 3330, the BlackBerry? It was with the keys, like the tangible keys, and a little scroll ball in the middle. So that was my first phone. It's probably sitting around somewhere. I got to find it. That thing is ancient technology, but I remember going from that to like a full screen, and I was tripping out. I'm like, I won't be able to feel the keys anymore. It's gonna be weird typing, and I remember thinking
this was my first.
This was a long time ago.
This was
I remember those.
Remember how hot this? I was the first one in high school to have this bad boy right here, man.
Remember the Razor flips?
Yeah,
those
the Razor flips were up there, man. Those
went crazy, yeah. And they came back with some sort of.
Yeah, this was the boy. I had it in blue. Oh, there it is, right there. Oh man, way to go down memory lane. This is what your boy had back in there. Maybe we can make this. Sharif said here. Let me teach you something here. Is the Spirit, but even though it was with something else, $56 for this thing here. I think maybe we could slide back to that back in the days, man. What a good time it was. Go, boop, and then just go absolutely nuts. Yeah.
Okay, this was I think my second phone here, the 93. But no, I think this is the one. This one right here, something like that. BlackBerry. So it had the keys. It had a ball. It had a ball there.
Yeah.
It had the internet button, which everyone was scared to use at the time because nobody really paid for data plans back then. But now it's just part of the whole deal. But yeah, that was one of my first phones there. Pearl. Yeah, I think that's what it was called. BlackBerry Pearl. Because it had the little pearly scroll ball in there. Wow, Tesla coming into fresh lows, man.
Yeah, man.
Come on, the market continuing to sell off here. Reminds me, how's Nokia doing? We're talking about all these phones. Let's see what our friend Nokia is up to. Wow, maybe they heard us. Oh, this is a monthly chart. So yeah, Nokia. Wow, look at this move on Nokia over the past couple of months.
Yeah,
Joe.
man.
That's absolutely solid. This is the move in the past 4 or 5 months. Nice little gap. Push and then continuation. Would this count as an episodic pivot is the next question that I'm asking. Maybe I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go look into this a little bit right here. Maybe in and around here, this area. Nice little stair step up, $5 reclaim, and then pushes all the way to 17.45 highs. There pulls back to 12, sure, but I guess decent leg of the move here on Nokia, and yeah, BlackBerry does not. I guess is not really on people's radar as much. But wow,
man.
I guess maybe it should be, man.
Yeah, BlackBerry.
Anyways, BlackBerry in Toronto, maybe. But yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure this is Is this? Let's see, what am I looking at right here? July 6th, 2026. Yeah, no, this is. Is it delisted? Am I tripping?
What is that?
Pretty sure this is. Why doesn't it show a timer here? No, never mind. It's not delisted. I don't know why my thing is acting up right here. Just got to refresh the page maybe. It wasn't showing a timer for my thing there. So let's see.
What a day.
BlackBerry.
How's Apple at the high of the day?
Yeah,
Everything else is
so
just.
Yeah, man. I mean, apparently it's the iPhones. It's the new iPhones because I was just coming in and I had a short bias, which was obviously not the best. And you know what? I didn't have a short bias coming in. I actually had a long bias because Jose was like, "Hey, yo, Apple 300 coming in." I'm like, "Yeah, that's a good trade." I get involved for the long on Apple, and guess what? Flip game not so strong today because I flipped from a long to a short, and it's only been a long. Pretty much, maybe you can get some short scalps in and around here. Maybe you're getting chopped up, but you get stopped out, whatever. But here, through the 300, into and through the 300 opening range high, this was probably one of the top ops on the day, other than the Tesla opening range, not opening range low, the deliveries reaction low, right? We talk about anchoring to events, and one of the events from this morning on Tesla was the deliveries number. So you can see here, I have this this line right here, the blue line anchored to said event, and you can see kind of washes it right off of the open, attempts to kind of break in the pre-market session, and then breaks that reaction low. So this is that reaction low, and for those of you who are wondering what that means, is when the news came out this morning, the stock reacted, and the reaction made a bit of a range, and the range high was at 438.29s, and the range low, let's get specific, at 424.40. So that's the reaction low at 24.40s, and then boom, straight quadroon, straight through that level. So like what's happening here? We can kind of delve into like what's happening at this price, like why do we potentially see now, of course, I didn't know it was going to go all the way back below 400, but why do we see a move like this occurring when that range is broken? Is an event-driven catalyst. Tesla, when it comes to Tesla deliveries, I would argue that it is a stronger catalyst than Tesla earnings at times, right? So Tesla has moved with a lot more oomph and volatility off of its deliveries numbers than it has off of its earnings, more times than not. So the top type of catalyst in Tesla is their deliveries number. So coming in today, a lot of people are watching this name and maybe positioning. We saw there is an infographic earlier. They kind of had they had all-time highs on some of those numbers in their deliveries. And guess what? People might be positioning for that in the direction of that sentiment. They might think this is bullish. This is the best thing that the best deliveries that Tesla's maybe potentially ever had. And guess what? Below this price, below that reaction low, anybody and everybody who got long after that news came out is now out of the money. Not only that, their stops are getting hit. The market is also getting hit. Best believe the market's not down because Tesla's down. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of other names that are selling off. We have Google, which makes up for more than 5% of the market, right? So you have Nvidia, of course, obviously Nvidia, one of the biggest companies in the world. Look at what Nvidia is doing. Nvidia is to the downside as well, with chips selling off. We have some of the sector and thematic leaders like Micron and SNDK that are taking some strong pullbacks today. So a lot of confluence on that, and all that kind of together. Not opening range, even though opening range would have been nice. The reaction range low at 424s and then pushing into that as well was probably definitely the top op of the day today. Sure, I'm sure there are arguments for and against that, but for me personally, I think this was a trade that was definitely worth getting involved with. And oh boy, what a move that has been. We just measure that out right here from that 424 half area all the way down to 390s. That's almost an 8% intraday move there on Tesla. But Apple, why did Apple take me for a run? It's not every day that Apple will just move, 5% within the first hour or first 30 minutes of the day. And I'm just like, okay, well, how much further can this go? Guess what, buddy? They had a fresh catalyst, and it can keep going longer than you can stay solvent. So that's definitely the case there. So Apple and Tesla, I think, were some of the top ops on the day today. Yeah. I dabbled with Nike. Maybe wasn't the best stock selection, even though it did eventually work out. And if I had stuck with it, sure, I don't mind losing on this initial attempt. I don't mind losing if I tried on this second attempt either. But on this third time around, when you confluence with a double top at that 45 plus the breakdown of structure at 44.80s, and then the breakdown into VWAP, and then the breaking of VWAP as well, and the breaking of opening range lows, how much more information does the price really need to show you to tell you that sellers are in charge? Right? So I think that was definitely worth it. And of course, it's a cherry on top that the market's also selling off. So.
Yeah, Ozan, all right, man, you're long Tesla 387. Best of luck there. Oh, how you long 387? We didn't even touch that yet, Ozan. We haven't even sold off the 387. Was that from like, how does that work? How is it long Tesla 387.50? I don't know if you are right now, but price isn't even down there. Bounced off of that 390, that 390 marker. I mean, let's see if there's any form of a base. Let's head over to our options chains, guys, and see what we got going on. TSLA order set, bro. Oh, okay, sorry, bro. I didn't know. Are you meeting up with Sharif? Did you call him yet today? Because he's in Dallas. He's waiting for you over there. Who's that? Oh, I thought that was Katina, man. 392.5, 390, nothing from an open interest standpoint. 387.5. I know you like this one here, Ozan. That's where you're going to post up. I know you got some eyes on the options contracting, so hopefully you catch that fill and you get that.
What is 420s looking like?
The 420s, man, that's quite a ways away now. It'll be, you want to go to today's expiration cycle? Yeah. It's not even displaying any of the open interest right now. And okay, great. It's always the strike prices that you want.
That's weird. It's not showing you the open interest?
Not right now, but we can go over somewhere else and find that to see what we got going on, Obi. I'll pull that up for you just here. Let's see what's going on. We don't want that, Fabian. Let's head over to our trusty tool and see what we got going on there and find out what we have from an open interest right to the options terminal. Go head over to 420. Whoa, zero edge. Get out of here. We don't want you. All right. Sorry for the delay here, guys, but we're talking about TSLA open interest over there at 420 doll hairs. Let's see what we got there. Wow, 420. Okay, only 7,000 contracts. Only 7,000 contracts. Not too bad. And our show looks great in 1080p. Yeah, so there it is. Where's the most amount of size? 430, just absolutely flush city from that level, 415. It was tank at that level as well, too. So a lot of downwards momentum and pressure in this bad boy. We have CLRO halted. So yeah, a little bit of a tougher look. Did you see the Netflix call options from earlier this week? I didn't. Tell me about them. Herd Scrambler. I'm curious to know. Joey, the top is 660, so it is falling right now. Adam is down 6 cents from that halt price, from that halt band, 666. Not too good of a look there. And then I will buy SpaceX at 100, says T-Money. Okay, all right, I can get behind that. That would be nice. I could buy a lot more at $100 than I can at 125, right? 25% more if you ask me. There is some bottoming signals on Tesla here, guys. And there it is, bang. Off to the races, off that 390. Now you're starting to find a little bit of a rebound. Let's head into the detail of things. I don't see anything on the lower time frame from a stopping volume But at least if this market gets some form of a breath, then a lot of people can finally shake their heads. But poor NVDA, Michael Burry, man, I'd love to have a conversation with that guy. Honestly, I had we were talking about this for quite some time, and I just believe there's going to be a lot more downside, unfortunately, in this name. Just the way the price action is really starting to play out. I hope maybe into 380s. It's probably going to take a little bit longer than what we're expecting, but worst case scenario is that we head down into the 60s, 160s. That would not be good, because I'm running kind of like a swing position on this, and I don't want to DCA until oblivion, but I have faith in the company. It's not the highest valued company on the planet for no reason. With that being said, if you're going to put your money where your mouth is and have faith in it, it has to be, as they say in sports, Obi, your best players have to be your best players have to be your best players, and that's not necessarily the case right now, as we are down almost 20%. It's 18%, and it looks like there's going to be more downside. At what point are we going to be down 31%? I can see that happening here in this name for sure, which kind of sucks, especially as a long-term shareholder and someone who's looking to turn things around a little bit. Now it's open, Adam. Now we're at 659. You can obviously see that it did sell off a little bit, and then boom, off to the races it goes one more time. 109% to the top side in CLRO, Obi.
Yeah, just having some funny conversations with some pod members. Yeah, people in the chat asking when is the bottom? When bid is the question right now? And yeah, some stuff being talked about VIX levels, and I'm like, yeah, dude, this is crazy. The kind of move that we're seeing, and I think one of the traders
VIX only up 0.5%
at SMB kind of posted this earlier today. So shout out to him. But yeah, no, VIX below 20, and we're seeing some crazy volatility today. Definitely potentially catching people off guard, or if you're on the right side of the move, maybe also catching you by surprise on some of these crazy moves. But yeah, no, VIX is at 16, man. Yeah, and I do have levels marked off on my VIX in terms of when and where I want to kind of switch gears. I think, is this the one? No, that's a different VIX. But one of my lines is on here, just in and around $20. I have it at 1965, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not about the specific VIX level, but it's about in and around this area. VIX above 20, definitely the market acts differently versus sub 20s, and then maybe even sub 15s. But we haven't seen that in a long time. That was last time was December of 2025. So yeah, no. Volatility index not really that high, but the volatility in the market, the range in this market, absolutely crazy here. Let's see, yo, what's up, yo, in the chat, saying, Obi, yes, show us how you see the reversion or not. Good question. You know what? Maybe that's a good thing to kind of go through here. Let's go through some different stocks. Let's go through the market as well. I want to look at I have the ES and the NASDAQ on the side here, like I always do, just to keep me in touch with what the bigger picture market is doing, what the futures are doing. As of right now, SPY, I don't know, man. Right away, excuse me, a level that pops up right away for me is this 740. We're about $3 away from that. Kind of weak on the day, only about 3 hours, just over 3 hours left in the trading day. Excuse me. So 3 hours left in the trading day. We still have more than enough time to kind of hit some of these lows. Prior day low on the SPY. What is that? To 742.38, and today's low is coming at 742.11. So we did kind of crack that prior day low, and this is a 30-minute chart. So we'll wait and see. I don't know. You really have to show me some distinct participation from the buyers for me to be like, all right, well, maybe the selling is slowing down or kind of turning from here. There's no sign of slowing down. We've had only 2 green 15-minute candles since what is this? Since about 10:15. Move my stream deck here. So about 10:15. Only 2 15-minute green candles on this one. Similar kind of action here on TQs where you have strong selling. And then, yeah, right there, since about 10 o'clock, 10:15, only about 2 green 15-minute candles with no real sign of slowing down, right? Take a look at something like this where, sellers step in, aggressive, comes into a prior area of support where we see, Thursday, June 25th, there was strong buying on the TQs off of the 72 level. Next day comes in. Guess what? 72s is bid. Coming into the end of the day, 72s comes back in. Next day, 72s comes back in. 72 is bid. So we're coming right back into, we're about $1 away from that 72 area, and that's where kind of buyers have been. But you can see here, this is the data, the day that I'm talking about, the 29th of June. This is a distinct difference right here. You have a strong flush of volume into a prior support area, a recent support area, so there might be some recency bias there as well that might be that you might be able to take advantage of. And then 72 bid straight swipes back to 74s and then off to the races for the rest of the day. And again, that was the V-shaped recovery on Monday. Coming back into the end of the week, guess what? We're making a top wick on this week. So going to the weekly chart, this is what we're talking about right here. So strong red week last week. We are starting to chop it up a little bit. It seems like we're starting to get a little bit weaker here, but I don't know. We'll wait and see. We'll wait to see what that 72 has in store. And you can see here multiple times, even on this one attempt on the week of the 8th of June, we drop all the way down to 66s and then slam right back within the same week back above 70s. So should be interesting. But intraday, we can go through some of these Mag 7s as well, but not really seeing any sign of slowing down. We'll take a look at some of the ones that have sold off here. Google will go to the 3-minute chart, make it proper right there. Boom, you can see here we attempt to push through 364s twice today. Bit of a double top, cracks the trend, cracks the structure, cracks the opening range low. And yeah, longs are definitely, getting rocked out of their positions below this opening range low area here on Google as well. No real sign of the sellers kind of slowing down. We are going maybe a bit sideways, but look at this. This is a 15-minute chart here on the right side on these futures. You can see here we have about, how long? 9 minutes left to finish printing this 15-minute candle. We'll wait and see if that'll potentially come in, but I want to see some strong bid. I want to see, like for example, if the buying is to come in, I want to see Google start trading above 356s. If the buying is going to come in, I want to see what else is sold off. I guess Tesla. I want to see Tesla actually break a bit of the bid and maybe reclaim this 400. And it doesn't have to get all the way back to VWAP, but maybe reclaim that 400. And then let's look for more things that could give us a potential nuance for the market turn. We know Meta had a very strong push yesterday. Oh boy, wow. See, remember yesterday I was talking to you about Meta, and I'm like, yeah, I tried very hard to short this thing back through 600, and I got rocked on it. And sure enough, it goes to 630s. But guess what? All that hype gets wiped. Pretty much all of yesterday's action coming right back in, about a 50% retracement of that initial reaction in the pre-market from yesterday, pulling right back into 585s here on Meta. So I guess, sometimes you're a little too early. I have a tendency to get involved with the front side of the move, and getting so aggressive yesterday in my heart and soul, being like, this is way too overpriced. But guess what? Market doesn't care what you think or what your opinions are. Did I manage risk effectively on that idea? Arguably no. But the idea definitely coming into fruition today. And I even thought about it coming in today. I'm like, maybe today's the day. I got rocked yesterday trying to short in and around 6 to 610s here on Meta. Today's the day that we crack through 600, and lo and behold, 600 all the way down to 584. So this was the trade today, back through 600 on Meta. But you can see a little bit of sign for slowing down. It has curled, that aggressive, maybe you want to look at the angles of these things sometimes just to be like, all right, just kind of drawing that in. Look at that angle straight down. And then you can, the angle itself starts to curl and flatten out, right? So maybe some slowing down of sellers there on Meta. But again, we talk about active versus passive participation. Right? Yeah. We talk about active versus passive participation. The sellers were very active in the first hour of the session, and then maybe become a little bit more passive as action starts to chop up and really slow down.
Did I do something? Oh, I didn't even.
What's happening?
I didn't do anything. Everybody's like, I did something. I'm like, I swear. You guys always give me a heat, man. That's crazy. No, I don't think, Nick. I don't think NVDA turns around here. Sorry to interrupt your little spiel.
No, it's all good, man. Yeah, we were just talking about the turn. Like NVDA, yeah, sure, maybe. Okay, boy. I got a bit of a level here at 193.50s, but again, it could be nothing. Oh, okay, all right. Oh boy, look at that right here. We just talked about recent levels, recency bias. There was buyers here literally yesterday. The question becomes, will Nvidia hold this 193.5 level on the day? Sure, the only time buyers came in here was yesterday, and maybe some chop from last week here as well. But prior day low is an interesting price to work with, and Nvidia maybe one to keep an eye out for, because this is where buyers showed up yesterday. Doesn't mean they're going to show up here once again today, but something to watch out for. What's up there?
Yeah.
Nothing massive here, guys, but just be aware. Seeing reports that sirens have been activated in Avivim, close to the northern border. This headline did not give any locational context, so you know me, I looked it up. This is in Israel. So apparently sirens being activated in Avivim, close to the northern border. Again, Avivim, Israel. Back to you.
Man, yeah. I seen him wave the finger, but I don't think I did, to be honest. Anything could have happened. But guys, as you can see, I typically have you all up on the screen. Now you're gone now. It's just that type of day. So you guys are all to fend for your own out there, and don't at me, all right? 120%, man. Yeah, I will tell him. You know how I go, Assassino. No, but in all seriousness, CLRO, we're going to be talking nothing but stock here for the rest of the day. So let's see what we got going on. $6.80, 118% to the top side. My boy Nick was asking me, he's like, hey, do you think NVDA can turn around today? I don't. And I don't think it's going to be able to turn around for quite some time. All right. I have no idea about the timeline, but I just mentioned to you guys about this falling into the realm of Microsoft 2.0, which would be really, really disappointing as you see some other names just kind of leapfrog. I'm not going to say leapfrog, but I mean, when you're at the top, and you know what our good friend Drake once said, many rappers apparently have claimed that it's lonely up there. So maybe at some point, it will lose its top spot. Let's see if we can do this. It shouldn't be that complicated to type in a ticker and pull it up, but apparently it is. So here it is. This is what I'm getting at, right? And this is what I'm talking about. So you grow. Maybe NVDA grew too fast, right? Too quick, too fast. But here it is, 2024. You're back to those levels. You consolidate for a really, really long time here. From January of 24, and then you don't really break out until April of 25. Over a year of just sideways. It's just up, down. Next thing one day you're up, the next day you're down. One day you're up, next day you're down. Eventually you get that breakout. Azure Cloud just growing at a substantial clip rate, but then the street not liking it. Excuse me, whatsoever. So, at the end of the day, it's a tough look, and I'm just hoping that this company doesn't fall into that same technical kind of never-ending revolving door of just up, down, and just not doing anything from an appreciation standpoint. And that's why the options writers, and maybe why it's one of the most heavily activated options activities name, right? It's on the top of the volume list for quite some time. Here it is on the daily. Boom, off to the races, is gone now. All right, so you pull back, you're now retesting this zone. I think a time for you to engage on this bad boy is on the other side of this trend, right? So if it happens to break, then by all means, maybe it can find somewhat of a continuation, but I'm just not getting that feel right now. And did Apple do anything along those lines, considering we got a lot of time? I'll leave chat to Obi there and see what we got going on. What was the name I was about to pull up? AAPL. Do we have any lengthy consolidations just like that in here? And see what we got going on. Is it gone now?
The market's dropping through 29.5.
Yeah. Yay.
Yay.
All right. So let's see. No, not really. Nothing compared to what we've seen here in NVDA. Let's see what we got going on with these bad boys. Why does it do that sometimes? It's going to drive me crazy. So, yeah. No, it hasn't. Apple doesn't have that same narrative. So, if you want to talk about appreciation, what if I just were to do this, man? And I'm speaking out loud. It's like, what if I just dump this stock and just buy just straight NASDAQ? What if I just dump the whole portfolio, Obi, and just buy the NASDAQ?
Whoa, you don't want to crash the markets.
I know, man. If I did that, it'd be absolutely disastrous for the markets. Imagine I just offloaded everything right now, and I was just like, all right, I'm just buying NAS. I'm going to buy NAS here and just place orders throughout all of here. What I would do, so what I actually do is like when I add into something on the way down, which sometimes can be obviously disastrous, but if you're planning things from a long-term perspective, if I'm looking to, say, allocate $10,000 worth of one stock, what I'll do is just to scratch the itch is $500 here, $1,000 here, $1,200 here, $1,500 here, $2,000 there, to the point where when you're grabbing it at lower prices, you're absorbing more, and it equals to a higher percentage point until you're fully allocated to $10,000. I'm not saying that's what I'm gonna do, but don't think it hasn't crossed my mind. I also did think about this as well too, Obi. And again, when I speak, guys, you got to understand, this is my money, and I don't expect you guys to do the same thing. I was thinking about selling everything and just buying all SpaceX. But the issue with that being is, and trust me, I'm not doing it, guys. So everybody, cool, calm your horses down here. The issue with that is, Obi, and what I don't like about SpaceX is that at which maturity it came to the market. Like this stock instantly hopped into the $1 trillion club before, like the second it went open, and then it leapfrogged some of the largest market capitalization names that have been in the market for quite some time, and it was mainly Amazon. So let's actually do that right now. I know there's a couple easier ways to do things, and then I'll send it back to Obi and see what we got going on here. Juan, you message me and then delete? What happened with that, brother? Why do you do that? We don't do that. Or you could delete the message, man. All right, let's see. You could re-message me if it's important, or you just feel like it.
He didn't want to tell you. That's why he deleted it.
Okay. All right, man. Hey, what it is what it is, man. That's crazy talk. Top of the market.
It's chilly in here.
It's freezing.
I had to grab my vest.
Yeah, it's absolutely freezing in here.
I reloaded on the green tea, keeping me warm.
Okay. I like the green tea. I have no idea what the chat is. Okay. Obi. Okay, there we go. Bang. SpaceX number 7. Yeah, I know. $2.4 trillion. Let's actually make this a full screen here, guys. NVDA at the top of the list. Okay, this is Canadian dollars. We don't want that, man. We don't want the snow peso, Obi.
Indian rupees.
Yeah, Indian rupees. That's crazy. Yeah, let's actually do that, man. Let's have a little fun here today. Let's see if we can get that working. Do we have it up here?
Yeah, INR. It's the third one.
All right, let's see how much this is worth in Indian rupees. Holy
trillion.
Wow, 445 trillion Indian rupees. That's crazy talk there, man. Let's head over to.
Let's get back to the dollars.
Yeah, let's get back to dollars real quick on this one. Let's see. NVDA, guys, 4.6 trillion. Apple, at this pace, is going to beat it for that #1 spot. I'll probably call it by the end of next week. Microsoft absolutely falling off a cliff. Google's up there. SpaceX in that 7th slot. How many companies in the $1 trillion club? Remember when there was only 6 names in there? Now we have 16.
I still remember the first time we hit $1 trillion market cap, like on any company.
And then Walmart was a part of that club, but losing multiple hundreds of billions off of its market cap. Yeah. I believe AMD is going to be that next participant to the top side. But I mean, SK Hynix, $1 trillion club. Eli Lilly, Berkshire, Micron,
oh, this is worldwide.
Samsung.
Nice, because Aramco's in there. Nice.
This is prestige worldwide, brother.
Yeah,
prestige worldwide. 1.6 trillion market cap, and Broadcom 1.7. But this was ahead of Amazon at its highs. So
yeah.
Hey man, not too bad of a look there.
It'd be interesting, man. Like, I think the man's got two stocks now in the top, top 10.
Imagine once they're combined.
Right there.
Man, oh man, it's so if you combine them right now, they're 3.4 trillion.
He's already hinted at doing that.
Yeah, I know. They're talking about merger. 3.4 trillion. That's going to be the 4th most valuable company on the planet.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
They're gonna pull a little bit of a Google there in terms of how big they're becoming as a percentage of the market. But yeah, that's absolutely wild. But we'll see. I think SpaceX is going to be an interesting story, and I think again we talked about this yesterday, similar to that of Tesla, and mainly because of the sentiment and positioning by participants, not necessarily because of the company, more because of the man who runs the company. It's more of a bet on him than anything. And if there's anything that I've learned over the years, that I would not bet against Elon.
Why? How do you bet against him at this point?
Like you do not want to. And there people have, and guess what? He's proven them wrong time and time again. Sure, people talk about his outlandish goals, his outlandish kind of goals to meet and kind of forward looks. But guess what? You need to. It sounds cliche, but you need to aim for the stars if you're looking to land on Mars.
And I will say to Elon's credit, as much as I did pull up that Wikipedia page and laugh about how his timing has been off for pretty much every single claim he's ever made, he has eventually achieved most of those claims, even if it is years after the fact.
Exactly.
So I think for Elon, I feel like sometimes it's overpromise, underdeliver in the short term, though I do think he does deliver in the long term.
Oh, he
so
definitely does. Yeah. It's just like he's the thing about him is just like he knows that something is possible, and he'll have like a timeline. He'll be like, we'll get it done by then. And it's not that, sure, the timeline can be a little bit unrealistic, but it could be, it's more along the lines like, okay, it's within the realm of being able to get done. It's within the realm of possibilities, and therefore, eventually he does get everything done. So that's why I say maybe you can bet on him not getting stuff done on the time that he says, but getting it done eventually is definitely something that he's definitely for.
It's better late than never. Yeah, this is a young Juan, man, right here, the chosen Juan doing his thing over here. He's saying there's Mohawk days. That's a little spike up there, brother. I don't know how much of a faux, or maybe that's more of a faux hawk there.
Yeah, it's a little bit more of a faux hawk.
That's more of a faux hawk. Let's say the chosen one back in the day. Oh, such a handsome feller, for sure. Nice get up, man. 100%. All class. The chosen one. Thanks for showing us that there, brother. So yeah, man, good stuff. Let's see. Hey, man, let's see if we can find anything. Like, listen, we don't have very much risk on the table, but we're one trade away, as we typically always are. Turning things around here. For imbalances, maybe we might be able to find something. I know that's quite a ways away. No Sia here today. I was gonna steal her lunch. I already stole Sharif's lunch, so maybe we'll get
as many as he can get.
Yeah.
Oh boy, he's already getting a little tired from all the lunch stealing.
Yeah, too much. You know what I said the other day?
What did
they
you
should
say?
bring back. I'm not a big McDonald's guy, but they should bring back McDonald's cookies.
I've never had their cookies.
Whoa, those things are fire.
Actually?
Those were fire, yeah, back in the day. Yeah, and the pizza. Did you ever have the pizza?
McDonald's pizza? No,
Yeah,
I can't say I've had McDonald's pizza. I know Tim Hortons said they started a pizza. I still haven't tried that yet. But
you wouldn't catch me trying Tim Hortons.
I don't think I would try. Maybe I would try it, but I don't think I'd go to McDonald's for their pizza specifically. I know I like their coffee. Their coffee's nice.
I heard they're low key really good. The coffee.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know, eh?
No. Yeah. No, it is.
Yeah.
It is. Go. Sorry. I just I saw someone in the chat there being like, "Can we have a poll for how is today going to end?" I'm gonna take a wild guess and say red.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna put your money,
I don't know how wild that guess is.
Yeah. I don't think.
But I'm gonna say unless and until
guess.
we do 100% full-on V-shaped recovery like we did on Monday, end off the week how we started the week, then maybe yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. But it does seem like, Joe.
What do you want to do the poll?
That there are more sellers than there are buyers.
And those guys. Yeah, I wish I could have a conversation with some of those sellers here today.
This is where you play the more you know graphic.
Yeah, the more just in case you guys were aware. All right, let's set it up here, guys.
Let's set up the
what should the poll be? Have you had McDonald's pizza? Yes or no? Do you want to start with that one, or do you want to do how do we close on the day?
We'll do how do we yeah, let's do how do we close on that.
Okay, all right, we'll keep it stock related. How do
Green or red?
Yeah. Green or red here? Green.
Or how does the market close on that?
Yeah, I mean,
that's the question. How does the market close?
All right, we'll change it, man. All right, you ready, guys? Get those votes in. Start voting right now. How does the market close on the day? Green or red? Get those votes in. How come we don't have a single vote? Somebody just put in Wendy's in the chat. Shout out to Wendy's. 2 votes here, 4 votes on the red. How are you even voting green? There should be a crazy landslide right now. I feel like it was Fabian who voted green. No, he's innocent. Yeah, 39% as we get more people starting to step in green. Man, anything can happen.
Yeah, Los Pollos Hermanos. Yeah, exactly.
What does Los Pollos
He's saying
say?
It's not wild, Obi, if market is down over 1%. It would be wild if it turned green. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
We're one
I was being
truth away.
sarcastic about wild being red. That was the sarcasm.
Even I knew that was sarcasm, and that is actually like a pretty big deal.
Yeah, exactly. When Adair gets to sarcasm, then it's
pretty blatant.
It's pretty obvious. But yeah, no, yeah, exactly. My whole point was saying that if we turn green, that would be absolutely wild. Am I making a statement that we cannot turn green? Absolutely not. Anything can happen. Nothing is apparently impossible. Like selling off crazy amounts. Like
what is SanDisk down
or buying
right now,
up
Obi?
Apple like crazy amounts. What's that?
What is SanDisk?
SanDisk probably, if I were to take a guess before I pull it up, it's probably still within the bottom quartile of its price action today. SNDK. Oh yeah, I was gonna show. We were talking about long-term positions.
Yeah. You're gonna reveal the one secret position that you had that you didn't want to tell?
No, so my best trade.
Yeah.
Ever. I sold it. I finally sold the last pieces of it a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'll talk about it after this one. I'm more than cool talking about the trades I'm already out of. Yeah, no, funny during I think it was 2022 or 3, I sold I would say roughly around half of the position, maybe a little bit more than half the position, because stuff came up, life happens, I had to pay for some stuff, and I'm just like, all right, well, I gotta liquidate.
You're building this defense really good here, man. Let's see what we got.
Liquidate this. Okay, so first of all, we talk about. I know you guys like to hype stuff up. So how many bags do you think I made on that per share?
But what is the value of a bag?
100%. Like how people talk about like a 5-bagger and like a 10-bagger. Okay, never mind.
I like
whatever.
That.
But it's just like it was crazy. I didn't even expect it to do what it did over the past couple years.
I'm gonna go 7 bags. 1 bag? Oh, up, 10-bagger.
Close.
You got a 10-bagger on there?
Yeah. So I mean, I also have been holding this one since 2019.
Okay, that's
so there's also
Bombardier. Yeah.
Since I joined the floor, since before Bombardier did this crazy move, I told every single person who would listen, I was like, hey, listen, Bombardier is sick. I got in a few years ago, but it's still doing extremely well. It's still doing really, really good. And it's a Canadian stock, almost too big to fail. So I sold.
Bombardier was in trouble for a minute, weren't they?
They were, but this recovery, I couldn't even have predicted this kind of recovery and blast off. My average was they split a few times. My average was $19 and some change from down here all the way 2021s.
Okay, and we're trading at like
2021s, 2020s. Yeah. So split adjusted, my average was about $19, and you can see here 326. So that was absolutely crazy. And then just sold the rest of it. I think the week before last. Nice, so it's about 2 weeks ago. Finally got around to selling the last of my Bombardier, as it looks like it's going to continue trending up. So that was kind of I didn't really want to do it, but I almost was like, okay, I got to reallocate some funds. So might as well get rid of this. Where's the next trade? But we talk about swing trading. This is the kind of swings that I like to get involved with, or I happen to get involved with.
That's
I really
an investment, bro.
I really liked Bombardier at the time because it was just beaten down. And then I looked at the monthly charts on this as well. You can see, like, look at this thing. This thing got rocked in 2001, 2003, right? Mm-hmm. So all the way to, again, these are split adjusted prices. This was all the way up to $523. Now again, this trades on the TSX. I think it's dual listed as well. I'll check in a second. But you can see it was being down and doing absolutely nothing for a very long time until you can see in and around here where it started to get really thin and flat is where I started to really, really like it here. And like I said, I did get involved earlier in 2019. You can see here, held a bit of the bag on that one, and then added some more in here, giving me a split adjusted price of sub $20. But yeah, bit of a bagger on that one there.
Nice, so, man.
Where's the next swing trade? That's the question that I'm asking right now. And I think I was in a few, but I haven't seen a crazy decent good setup over the past couple of months just yet. But that was one of my best trades ever.
Nice. Yeah, that's good, man. That's good to hear. Nice hold, man. That's where the majority.
I barely ever looked at the stock. Funny enough, earlier this year, I started getting alerts on my phone from the position. I was like, oh, what's happening here? What's Bombardier doing? I haven't looked at this in a while. I knew it was up, but I knew I wasn't up like I was up nicely, but I had already been up that much for the past year or so.
You were a bigly on that one there.
Bombardier doing absolutely craziness on the monthly, the yearly. Mm-hmm. I remember, Sean, you remember me talking about Bombardier over and over. Since I joined the floor, Sean remembers. I was just like, it's like, hey guys, I've been long Bombardier, and it goes absolutely parabolic. Yeah, I was like, dude, it was a garbage stock from 2003 to maybe 2022. And then since then, it's just been straight rocket to the upside. But
that's good.
I'm looking for the next Bombardier, basically.
It might be right here. CLRO OBS, this thing's up 127% on the day and continuing to move. Adam James abroad is long from $5, now gaining a nice return here on this bad boy as it's continuing its northeast trajectory. So pullbacks continues to the top side. So yeah, man, things are looking pretty bright in this name. Obviously, they come and go. They're fun while they last, and I don't know if these often be sustained. There is a name, S-Dot. Have you heard of this name? Past couple of days, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you were telling me it's been running for the past a few weeks.
No, a couple of
Post-split runner, nice.
Yeah.
You don't see
so $8.85 to a high of around $106 here today. So man, oh man, that's a nice little return right there to the tune of 836%. And then you get the reverse split right here. You probably did another reverse split right there. That's never too good. And guess what? Another reverse split over here in 2024. So these guys are just hanging on by a thread trying to stay within the financial markets. So I'd probably get delisted at some point. But yeah, it's unfortunate. At one point, like, think about it, guys. Here in Robinhood, we were up to $120, now down to 111. So yeah, I mean, is right, Katina, man. But what is still?
Yeah, Tesla's.
Tesla. Yeah, we know good. Tesla just keeps going down. Ethereum up 5% though, just in case you're curious there, Katina, man. And then Coin as well up 2%. Now MSTR was up around 11% today. Now only up 7 4/10 there. What is Tesla? Yeah, Tesla's getting absolutely rinse jobs right now. That's the thing that, like, it's like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4 up days. Yeah, okay, see you later. We are moving south side on this bad boy. And I thought this was going to be the run where we made it for this pivot. Definitely not the scenario on today's session, that is for sure. Things getting absolutely ugly. Fabian rolling in with his lunch as well too. He's looking pretty good. Sean's got the lunch going, getting back from the gym. And then there it is, boom. Team in full effect here today, 390 and change. You think we head to 367 there, OB and Tesla? Man, down 8%.
If it's going to continue
okay,
this way.
hold
yeah,
on. Oh,
maybe.
whoa. So Tesla down 8% on pace for largest percent decrease since July of 2025.
Ooh.
The largest percent
year
decrease since
ago.
July 2024, 2025, where it fell 8.2%. Snaps a 4-day winning streak on this bet.
Let me guess. What day was that it fell?
Like the day of the week?
No, like what?
July 24th.
Okay, I was gonna say it was probably deliveries, but I guess it was earnings.
Oh yeah, July 24th. Yeah.
Nice.
Fourth most active stock. So yeah, definitely an uglier session here for Tesla. Sucks. We've seen on the daily, that's a massive engulfing candle, and then also SpaceX down to 50% here too. Ob, nicely. Like this was an uptick. I think this was a bull trap, to be honest with you, man. Before it starts to head a little bit lower there in SPCX.
Yeah, for sure. I think that, I was answering some of the questions. Ryan Carlos in the chat asking me, have you tried, let me go back to his comment real quick. Have you tried Fable for your TA or algo projects? It's fire. So I haven't really tried it for any like TA stuff. But this weekend I'm definitely going to be working with it to work on some of my projects. I don't think I have any algo that's looking or analyzing technical analysis. Maybe, I don't know. Give me some ideas in the chat how you guys are looking using AI to kind of do that. I usually tend to be okay with finding my supports and resistances and chart patterns. It's more of the back testing and the parsing through data and data crunching that I use the AI for, and maybe sometimes as your personal psychologist, because it knows your performance. It reads your journals. You talk to it. You have a history with it, and then you can have a conversation with it. And we talked about how valuable some of these AIs can be, depending on what tier you're paying for. And if you guys weren't around yesterday, we talked about. I gave an analogy borrowed from a podcast that I recently saw, where he was talking about the discrepancy between the different tiers of payment is absolutely ridiculous. And the analogy that he used was, if you're using the free version, it's as if you're asking someone who's in the 8th grade, who potentially knows about the topic. If you're in the initial paid tier, it's like asking maybe like a second-year student. And then if you are in the elite, the $200, the pro or the elite subscriptions, it's as if you're asking a PhD student in that field for the same kind of answer. And that's the distinct difference between the different tiers of AI that you get. So. It's a classic iteration of you get what you pay for on this. But I'll definitely be trying some Fable out this weekend for sure. I'm excited to see what it can do, because unfortunately, when it did come out, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna go home and try it. And before I even got home that day, it got banned basically by the government.
That's crazy.
So I was like, oh my God, is it really that powerful? It got me even more interested in it. But should be fun. It should be interesting here. You can see Ryan Carlos saying you can connect your IBKR via API to fetch data. It's much better even than Opus. Not cheap though. Very impressed so far. Enjoy. Yeah, no, for sure. I am very impressed with what some of these agents are now able to do, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I knew coming into 2026 this was going to be a wild year in terms of progress for AI, LLMs, and agents, and everything else that's coming along with that whole package. But being blown away every time they release something new.
Yeah, it's in Mythos. I remember I was watching some stuff on Dario the other day.
Yeah.
And I just find I think they did a little bit of fear mongering there, to be honest with you.
For what? For Mythos?
With Mythos, yeah. Man, this thing is still running. Are you kidding me? That's crazy.
Wow, CLRO?
Yeah, man, it's still going like up to $8, 151% here today.
Nice.
Man, oh man, That's crazy, man. I mean, should we be surprised? At some point, there was going to be a name that was going on this big time run. The CLRO up 150%, and like it's really picking up some momentum. Man, oh man, if I actually need to lock in here and see if we can get something rocking and rolling on this bad boy, we could do a little bit of a transaction for it. I don't want to chase it or anything along those lines. Obviously, the tech trade is definitely cooling out here today as it's selling off, but CLRO living in its own world, Clear One Inc., and rightfully so. So let's see if we can get a boom, CLRO. Yeah, let's go, man. Yeah, things are looking good. Thank you for the bangs on that one there. Whoever sent that at the scene, or was that Tiffany? Whoa, let's go. All right, that's what I'm talking about. All right, I'm going to need some of that type of support over here if we're going to be looking to go a little long here. We're going to go small. Let's see if we get an uptick. This is a really dangerous play, to be honest with you. But, hey, man, we're going to get involved in a little CRL. Oh, there it is. And we're out. Bang. All right, we'll take that nice little scalp. Oh, give us some more breathing room on that one. 80, 20s to 40s, just like that. On this bad boy. This is just a momentum style play. Again, it can continue to scream a little bit higher. Oh, wow. All right, there it is. Oh, okay, watch out. It might halt again here momentarily, but just a little scalp city on this. Nothing crazy from a size standpoint, Obi, but there it goes, comes right back in aggressively. But if we're gonna move on this type of path, it's like, I would have preferred to play it over here at the high of the day break. There was a really good opportunity. I'll head over to the 5-minute time frame. It was this one initially that I did see this around 11:30. That is the cleanest one in my opinion, as it just went absolutely parabolic. So yeah, this break is the high of the day break, more or less. Aligning with my style, okay, of $6. So that's not horrible. We'll take the little scalp. Finally, a little bit of a W here, over there, Katina, Katina, man. Nothing crazy, but hey, it's better than
You got out
nothing.
of all of it already? Or are you holding some?
Oh, bro, I'm out. You scalp that bad boy. You get out like on that momentum. Look where I'm buying it, all the way up here. I don't think that, like, the pullback can obviously, I'd have to hold some of that from 823 to where the 746. That's like over. That's like 80 cents against me. I mean, it could still go, but you have to be prepared just in case there's some form of a rug pull on it. Just gets out. So it's just a scalp city on that one. In and out, man. Sit within the same minute. Those are the best ones. So yeah, not too bad. We'll take it. Again, nothing to really write home about. Head back over to our watch list and see how SanDisk has been performing. That's my big infatuation here today. Robinhood at one point was up 8%. Now we're only up 3%. But where's SNTK? Where are you? DRAM down 8%. Did you want to get involved in any of these memory plays if you're not already, Obi, or do you know?
No,
Oh yeah. That's right. We had this
I'm waiting
discussion,
for.
yeah.
I mean, that it's a good thing that I like what you've pointed out right there.
Yeah.
We are starting to see some signs of breaking the trend, right?
Yeah.
And I guess DRAM is a good vehicle to watch because again, it's one of those ETFs that kind of watches the theme and the sector there. So yeah, DRAM could be a great indicator there as well. I'll go to some of the stuff, some of the questions in the chat right after we get back from Adara.
Good stuff.
Keep an eye on TMUS, T-Mobile in focus. Watch this stock here as we hear that the FCC, Federal Communications Commission, has given the okay to T-Mobile, which will allow them to assign some 800 MHS licenses to Green. So potential licensing, or at least partial licensing approval here for TMUS. Not much of a move, but thought I'd mention it. Back to you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that CLRO is just holding.
Yeah, it's still going, man.
Good luck to anybody who's still involved with that one. Yeah, definitely squeeze territory there on that one. Nathaniel in the chat saying, guys, thoughts on NBIS and CoreWeave dips. Okay, we can take a look at a couple of those there, NBIS and CoreWeave. And I think there was one more question here. I think we got the boom with the CLRO, the super chat. I think, did we cover that one already?
Yeah. Adam James.
Yes. So good stuff there on the CLRO for whoever is trading that. Hard to borrow CLRO? Yeah, I bet. It's definitely hard to borrow.
What are the shorts cost on that thing?
I don't know.
I
haven't checked today, but I would say they're probably sub-$1 for us. But yeah,
You think at this point up 170? I don't think that. I don't think.
I think they might be sub-dollar.
Check for Katina Man.
I don't have.
Katina Man's
I don't have
checking
it
right
up
now.
right now.
Yeah,
Sure, yes,
CLRO.
please.
You think they're sub
CLRO.
$1?
I mean, here's the thing, man. Real trading does
nuts.
pretty well at giving us some of the best prices when it comes to borrows.
Bro,
And
what is
borrow
this
fees
thing
are
doing?
probably, you know, I wouldn't call it. It's just one of the minor edges that we do kind of have at the firm is just, you know.
I don't
really
want any
great,
Katina Man. I just want to know.
really great.
No, I don't want them. I just want to know how much they are. Just for.
4.5 cents, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
see?
There
Easily.
you were right there.
easy,
Bang.
easy.
So 4.5 cents, and you can blow up every. No,
Exactly,
so,
right? That's
so,
what.
so obviously don't stand. Look at this 916.
Get
It's
him
gonna hit
50 lots.
200%. It's gonna hit 200% at this point. So. Yeah, man, it's definitely a big time runner. Nice move in from $5. You're probably gonna get 100% return momentarily.
Adam James abroad saying 950, 12, ... blue skies. All right, okay.
950
I
to 12, man.
I like the vision. I like the
This
vision.
is absolute squeeze city. So what do you say? Guys, thoughts on a firm? Did you want to go on that one? FRM?
Sure, FRMM. We'll cover that one right after we get back to from NBIS and was it CrowdStrike or CoreWeave? I think it was NBIS and CoreWeave. So let's take a quick look at NBIS and then CoreWeave. And what was the question there? The question there, thoughts on the dips. All right. Okay, so I guess NBIS, yeah, monthly it's been dipping. Pretty strong dip here on the monthly. Let's go back down to say like a daily here. Interesting. Yeah, it seems to be coming into some prior recent support from May and June. You can see that here. Maybe just shy of that $200 level. You know, if I see this right off the bat, I'm asking the question: is this going to sustain above 200? If it does, then maybe, you know, the trend is maybe more intact. If we do stay, well, it is definitely more intact if we stay above 200. But if we crack that, I think that could be nice as well for a potential scalp. And that's just me thinking from an intraday short-term perspective for a quick little scalp. But yeah, it seems like the past couple of times, or the past one time it's dipped into this area, we did get a bounce all the way up to 300, but nowhere was that 300 printed. The 299.86 is the high on NBIS, trading a little bit lower on the day today. We can take a look at CoreWeave as well. Dips on CoreWeave, my opinions and thoughts about dips. Guess what? Every time we've dipped into this area, 85 to about 70s, we've caught a bit of a bid, and that's just adjacent of that opening, maybe not opening range high, but opening week high for CoreWeave from its IPO from last year. It was around $65-ish, and you can see that's been, there's some defense being played there, and the question becomes, if we do come back down here, once again, it does seem like we're headed back down there on the daily chart here, and maybe on the weekly it'll be a little bit clearer, less chop. You can see boom, 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 lower highs into a potential support level. What can that mean? You know, that's definitely, for me, that's definitely a little bit, I guess, bearish. I'm looking for potential continuation. If it can break through 65, then yeah, 33 is well within range. They're only about $30 away. But yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'd have to see if the buyers that were there at 66s, 65, 67s are still there once again on CoreWeave. So that's my opinion on those two. I don't know if you want to talk about NBIS or CoreWeave, and then we can move on to what Perito asked us about the FRMM.
Oh, we still haven't even done that? Oh, okay, you're going on about Core. I thought that's what you're like.
Because we were asked for about both.
Oh, were we? Oh, okay, cool. Let's head over to, let's see what we got going on. NBIS, yeah, Nebius Group definitely took a hit yesterday, just on the fact that yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a tough look on Nebius yesterday, guys. I mean, considering what Meta had going on there. You have the catalyst on that front. Now you're heading towards some key levels. You're down 30% off of the highs. So there's Nebius, but let's pull up our FRMM. I'm actually not familiar with this name, but let's see what it is. Forum markets. Okay. Hey, listen, there's a bull market somewhere, as our good friend Jim Cramer would like to say. And is it in FRRM? No, FRMM. Again, I don't know. We could pull up and see what these guys actually do.
Forum market. This is like crumble on the chart, man. It barely does any volume. Like 270K, 300K average. Get out of here, man. That's not. It's not something. I mean,
volume?
It's not enough volume to day trade. That's for me at least. Like that's not hitting any of my scanners for sure.
So it's eZilla. Have you ever heard of eZilla? Provides a digital asset platform modernizing capital markets through the tokenization of institutional grade real world assets. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I'm familiar with this here now. See, look. Okay. So we're going to get in that in a second. Look what happened on this name. Boom. Just like that, Obi.
Boom.
You climb up to 950
Scalp
and then you
that.
halt down all the way like $1 quick, just like that. So now you're going to hit these halt bands momentarily. Is it going to? And it's halted. Tap down to $7. Wow. Tap at 715, Obi. That is absolutely disastrous if you've been holding this. So here it is. These guys are going to get involved in the world of tokenization.
The shirt's looking quite nice right about
yeah,
now.
I should have got those shorts.
pennies,
I should have got those shorts. I should have got those shorts.
He was ready to give you 50 lots. Come on.
Yeah, I know. I should have took the shorts. That's crazy. But anyways, in all seriousness, here it is, right? Like these guys are getting into the world of tokenizing real world assets, whether it be house vehicles and everything along those lines. So maybe in the near future, once the cryptocurrencies really start to find their footing, and I know Robinhood's looking to get involved with this same thing too, but let's send it off to Adara.
Is on Intel, nothing massive, but just worth noting here, I'm seeing Semi-Analysis, which is this newsletter that lately they've been sort of market moving. They release different analyst kind of notes here, mostly on semiconductors, hence the name Semi-Analysis. Anyways, they just released a positive note here about Intel saying that their EMIB-T roadmap shows, quote, aggressive bump pitch scaling and larger bridge capabilities. Now, apparently these features that they mentioned make this new Intel roadmap a credible alternative, quote unquote, to TSMC's CoWoS for AI packages. So potential TSM competition from INTC. Also comments here from the president of Iran. Nothing massive, nothing huge here, but USO is pushing higher. He's saying in part that defending armed forces is, quote, my duty, and I will back them with all my strength. So more oil and armed forces comments here coming from the president of Iran. I'm keeping my eyes out for more. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much.
Do you want to take a look at this LGO? It seems like it's a precious metal.
Sure. Yeah, I'll take a look at it just in a second here.
Yeah.
T, what's up? What's up, yo?
What's up, yo?
MACD cross on the 5-minute, wick on the 15, trend broke. SPY reversion question mark?
Oh.
All right. So here's the thing. Yes, I do not use MACD at all. I have very strong personal opinions, but you know, if it works for you, it works for you. It's great. But I like that you mentioned multiple different factors, because again, you want to look for that confluence of factors. So you said MACD cross on the 5, you got a wick on the 15. This is the wick that you're talking about, and then you say trend broke. So I'm not watching the MACD. I don't know what you're seeing there. I do see the 15-minute wick, but when you say trend broke on the SPY, where's it at though? Where's the trend break? You can see here, prior bar highs on the 15-minute, sure, you had a bit of a violation here, a little bit, but they've been holding steady and quite well since the sellers stepped in at 10:15. There has been no break of trend. Now you can go to a 5-minute chart, you can go to a 3-minute chart, you can go to a 1-minute chart. Where, my friend, do you see the break of this trend? That's the question that I'm asking, right? So yeah, a little rough here. There's a nuance in terms of drawing trend lines as well, because not all trend lines are created the same. But you can see right here, when we do break that bid and we do attempt to push a little bit higher, and we make the first higher, make the first lower high, that's more information to me. So I want to anchor my trend line to the beginning of my trend line to that piece of information, because that for me, just like anchored VWAP, is an event. So that event, now of course it's not as significant as like an earnings report or anything, but in terms of price action, what has happened here? Buyers came in, we break the support intraday, we chop, break trend, we break back below this opening, into this opening range area, and then buyers step back in, they attempt to bounce it, and then we make a lower high. And that's where sellers have stepped in once again, showing dominance for the rest of the trading session. So that's why I want to put my initial point on the trend line to really be like, all right, that's a piece of information that I think is worth maybe a little bit more than some of the stuff that we've seen earlier on, and therefore I want to anchor my indicator to that point. Now, of course, you could have started off there, and then you could have been like, okay, well, what about here? There's some volume here. It broke here, Sure, this is on a 1 minute chart. That's why confluence of higher time frames really matters. 1 minute's going to give you a lot of noise. So on the 3 minute, still hasn't really broken. Now throw up a moving average, you'll see that the 21 very likely is holding as resistance on this 3 or 5 minute chart on the SPY, if not the 8 or the 9 moving average. So there has been no break of trend that I see as of right now, even though the 15-minute candle gave you a strong bottom wick. Now this is the thing about reading patterns and candlesticks. The candlestick by itself does not have a lot of meaning. This candlestick plus a lot of confluence could have a lot of meaning, right? But we talked about prior day low potentially coming in here on the SPY. We've already cracked below that. Not only that, 15-minute prior bars have held, 30-minute prior bars have held quite beautifully. 1 hour prior bars have held since the open. That bid, that little bit of a bid up that we see on the shorter time frames does not exist on the hourly chart. We've only been selling off since the open on the hourly chart. So that I would have to disagree with you when you say that the SPY trend is broken, even though there might be other signs here that maybe buyers are stepping in, like a wick on the bottom of a 15-minute chart, but not enough confluence for me to really be like, all right, that's something I'm going to be willing to make a decision on. But that's just my that's just how I perceive it. What's up, Adara?
Keep an eye out here on MSFT. The information reporting that Microsoft is apparently merging its enterprise and consumer AI chatbots. Now, this is coming from a Copilot executive by the name of Shakeup. Again, they're going to be eliminating their low-value Copilot features and merging enterprise and consumer chatbots. That's according to the information. If I get anything more, I'll let you know. Also, TSLA here trying to crack 390. So market weakness abounds. If I see any other stories, I'll keep you posted.
All right, thank you very much, Adara. Yeah, that was my little spiel on the SPY. So thank you, T. What's up, yo, for that super chat. Yeah, sorry, there was a couple other tickers that you wanted me to look at or talk about. You had brought one up earlier.
Yeah, it was.
Sorry, I missed that one.
I forget what I had it up here. I'll pull it up actually. Someone was
like LGO or something.
Yeah. It was LGO off.
LGO.
Yeah, it's Canadian. I mean, it's
look at that,
precious
SPY
metal
fresh
here,
lows.
Yeah.
GG's.
But yeah, exactly. See, that's just going to be the narrative of today's session. Someone on TikTok there, guys. We're going to keep an eye out on the TikTok chat. So it's a Canadian-based mining company here. Then I went and pulled up some of the technicals on this bad boy. We'll get a little bit deeper of a look here in LGL. I mean, it is tough. But it's cheap, right? Like if you're looking for that exponential, what happened?
Adam James with the super chat.
What do you say? What do you say?
I mean, I don't know. You can.
Are we allowed to read it?
You can read it. You can read it out if you want. There, you don't have the chat open on thing, but it's funny. I don't know if I want to say that out loud, but you know what? Thank you for being here, Adam James.
I said I love them. I think I take that back now at this point. So. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Flip
game strong?
Yeah.
Just flipping them
trust
biases.
Let's see what the boys say. He's always up there. I know he's always got something. He's always saying something. So, yeah, other than that, man, we're here to do a job and talk some stocks, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
Stock talking.
Yeah, stock talking. Any thoughts on USAR after this pullback? For sure.
Yeah. That's the latest super chat. Yeah. Thank you, Stowe. 741? 714.
So yeah, I mean USAR, rare earth, just getting smoked, man. Just like some of the other names, like $19.93. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a lot of sideways price action.
Yeah.
Within this stuff, it was hot for like a little bit when we were in play, and then it just proceeded to give back the majority of its move there. So
like last October was pretty hot. Yeah, that's what you're looking at, right? The big moves
and Netflix
there. Last October. Yeah.
Netflix I mean, speaking of, like, Netflix is a sign of strength here today. I think that just speaks enough for the market, to be honest with you, of how today's session is going. Maybe we take another little scalp city here on CLROB and see what we got going on there with that front. So let's see, we go small again. Maybe we can lock a little something. We'll wait for a pullback. If it cracks 8, then the thesis is going to be completely invalid. I'm glad. Hey, it's obviously unfortunate that we didn't get to part of this here, and then boom, just halts down. But now holding up here once again. So someone just offloading a bunch of shares, and you can see the volume really step in on the downticks. So yeah. Not too bad, not too bad. All right, no, it's not time. I don't want to chase this either, Obi, because I feel like it could get a rug pull at any given moment. CLRO, who else is in this?
I mean, you had one moment of clarity, and I think that moment, there's a lot to learn from that, where you took the trade there.
Yeah.
Right? It's like you kind of washed it through all of that. It was choppy, and you were like, damn, this is going to push 8.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think real risk there is to be like, all right, if this drops back below $8, you can have an edge in at, like, not even that. You can just be like, don't drop the quarter. You can be like, all right, 8.25s, cross down to $8. It's not going to slip you 25 pennies, even if someone's going to slap into the bid. But if you're like, yeah, this is a Momo that's going to push through that $8, I think giving it a quarter, even on an $8 stock, a quarter is a lot of room. Yeah. But even if you kind of size down and just give it a quarter and let it work.
Yeah.
Maybe even then, maybe you're not even getting out because it's trending and it just slams back into 8.5. So maybe you end up getting out exactly where you did anyways. But I think, definitely great entry there. Great intuition to be like, hey, yo, I need to get involved here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm looking to see what we can do. I think it's going to break down, though, at this point, right? Like, we failed to push up here. So that 857 marker looking to come back in at this point. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely a little bit of a quieter session at the end of the day. So, yeah. All right, let's see what we do. All right, this guy is, he's funny. I actually just read what he had to say.
Yeah. Adam's funny. He's always got jokes in the chat. And again, we appreciate you all for being here and lightening up the mood, making the chat lively. Always appreciate that. So don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe there. We only have about 15 minutes left, guys, until the midday show is over, and we still have 2 hours left. With Sean and Joe.
Yeah, with me.
At the big
couple more days. So, one more day. Neil will be back on Tuesday, guys. Neil
on Tuesday, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So I think that excited for the long weekend.
Yeah.
It feels like we've had maybe a little bit too many long weekends back to back, but it'd be nicer if they spread them out during the year.
Brother, there's months where you don't even have one.
No, I know. I'm saying. That's why they should be spread out into those months where.
I'm not. Ain't no complaints coming from me, brother.
Oh, I know, but I'm just. I like it, even if I'm not necessarily taking fills or trading. I just like to observe open markets and just kind of look for opportunities. Maybe that's a little bit much, but. It doesn't always have.
Well, the European market's open, Obi, so you can.
Yeah, exactly. Tomorrow, TSX is going to be open. Euro's going to be open. So there's always that's a beautiful thing about being here at Real Trading. Market access that we get for stocks and markets around the world, right? Markets around the world, and we talked about yesterday. Looking at and trading and doing getting some work done on different markets like Toronto, like Europe. I know we say Europe. Europe is a broad term. When it comes to Europe, there's markets that close at 10:30. There's markets that close at 11. There's markets that close at 11:20. That close at 11:30. So in and around that first couple of hours, that's when you have the London close. You got the London Open in the morning, right? So there's a lot of different opportunities if you have access to stocks from all around the world. And shout out to real trading for that. Wow, absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Back through 8. That's a scalp. Because think about it. It's like all those longs are getting in, like taking a scalp through 8. You know they're getting rocked below 8. And now we've halted down. Let me guess, it's tapping 25s? Tapping the quarter. Yeah, it's tapping the quarter on top of the 7. So that should be interesting there. A couple more hours till the end of the day. Shortened week, so got to watch out for those potential end of week squeezers. And CLRO definitely has already shown some I guess competency in terms of squeeze ability. And where did it start off at? Below $3-4?
Yeah, we can figure that out here. Where did it
$3, $3.50?
This is where this started getting accounted for there. We can head over to actually somewhere where we can see clear one and head over to when it starts getting accounted for at bright and early 4 a.m. this morning. Oh, I was doing nothing. The volume really started to step in at 8:20 in the morning. It was down to $3.26 at the lows, and then goes up to $9.57. So that's 200%, just like that on CLRO. Now you're halted to the downside, to be honest with you. So I mean, it is what it is, guys. Hopefully you didn't get trapped up here. That's why I took that scalp. I thought this was going to happen a little bit earlier, but that wasn't the case. It happened $1 or so, $1.30 later, but then now just moving aggressively to the downside in a halt of 737. Looks like he's going to open a little bit higher, but another one on this name, Palantir. Up 4 1/5%. So there's some strength, guys, in Palantir. Don't know why I didn't trade this one today. It was choppy in the morning. Yeah, and it's kind of struggling to find a specific direction. But the one thing that's positive about it, though, Obi, is not breaking down with the overall market. Gold and silver, 2%. Holding on, so it was just more or less one strong candle there, and then gold here $1.75, 1.75% to the top side, but consistent lower highs, right? So that comes into play. That support level broke at 377.60, and then that is that. DIA, IWM. How's the IWM been performing? How's this name only down? How is the Russ only 2% all the time? Yeah, that's a great question, man. Meta giving back
all in 1 week. Is that daily or in the week?
What, IWM?
Yeah,
in a couple of days. I mean, 2% off of its all-time high. It's not much, right? Like the SPY finally putting in a down day. Is this going to be another failed attempt? Right, I heard Mitch talking about this. So we have 3 lower highs right now, and it looks like we might break down before we even make that push higher, which is
what about that wick though?
This one?
Yeah.
Dude, I mentioned this the other day. I'm like, watch out, but that's when you get some bullish price action, right? Like 3 green days in a row. Now you're getting the pullback. So
no, I know. It's just like, so when I see something like that, I see the three lower highs, and then I see the aggressive buying. So it's just like, it's kind of just like in a flag, right? Now, if you look at it more as a flag, the flag is situated at the top of that bigger leg. From all the way down there, right?
Here.
From April.
From here.
So we've bid up. Prices started to, consolidate, and the price discovery is happening between 770, 760s and 730s maybe, sideways consolidation. Any strong dips are getting bought up, and any sort of push is selling off for a couple of days there.
I think it's a bull trap. It's a trap.
It's a trap. You got some nice isosceles. You got the Bermuda Triangle indicator going in. Going there. Don't want to get lost in that. You don't want to get
lost in that.
Yeah, you don't want to get lost in that. That triangle has seen a fair share of ships sunk, both on the charts and in reality, I guess. So.
Yeah. What was I going to pull up? You said Bermuda Triangle, and it reminded me of it's a trap, and that's going to be SpaceX.
Nice.
Yeah, bro. Oh, well, it is what it is, man. Yeah, this was Trap City all day, in my opinion. I think we're going to make another leg lower. This trend line's still fully intact, right? So, boom, there it is. Let's see what we got holding up. $150. What's the tap on this? 741 is the tap on CLRO. Let's see if we can find a couple more opportunities. Man, I'll go back to my actual, what we have on the name. And sorry to kind of beat the dead horse at this point, guys, but NVDA with a high of 198, now down to 192, and no signs of slowing down. It's just absolutely trend. So micro pullbacks throughout the whole intraday session on the SPY and on the Qs, and it's just been fade city at that point. So a little bit tougher of a look. Robinhood giving up the majority of its moves, so not very many of the more popular names have the ability to hold on to some of the gains that they put together this morning. So yeah, I mean, it is. With Bitcoin though, still up 2 1/4. Okay, just absolutely choppy. Hey, listen, guys, it's the weekend, so I wouldn't be surprised. Like, we know volumes are really going to start to cool off if they haven't already from that lunchtime. Yeah, from that lunchtime hour. So 772, there it is, bang. That opened up a little bit higher than what it halted down. Let's see if we can get another move or an additional leg higher. CLRO.
Yeah, people in the chat were, I was mentioning different markets as well, and people were like, yeah, what about crypto? Crypto trades 24 hours. Yeah, crypto is another, stable coins are a little bit better of a vehicle for sure when it comes to trading round the clock. But even then, I think it might be waiting for the setups, waiting for certain catalysts, and waiting for certain technical things to happen. But no, I definitely agree with you. Crypto is somewhere where I could definitely be, spending a lot more time extracting from the markets, but not necessarily something I do right now, but could be something I look into in the future as real trading does start to dabble into bringing some of these entities and these vehicles onto our native platform. So that should be interesting as well. I know those options are still in the works, still coming along, and that should be interesting as well. Unfortunately, we won't be able to sell any options. I'm kind of sad about
On what?
On the P8 platform. We're only able to buy calls and puts, I think.
Bro, you may as well just buy puts, man. There's no point in getting into the options writing game, especially with that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
May as well if you're.
I think it's to each their own, but
completely different stories.
I think there's definitely
different objectives too.
Yeah, exactly. It's like what kind of business are you trying to run? How you want to run your business? I think that's a bigger part of selling those options. But CLRO ride over saying Arun Warrior. Yeah, I guess that seems a bit of a bit of a reversion for now. But what does it do with $6? Is it at VWAP? Does it get all the way down to VWAP? It's starting to break kind of a bigger trend as well. Again, with only about 2 hours left, just over 2 hours left in the trading day. But yeah, going back to what I was talking about, crypto. When it comes to crypto, I think something I have been kind of taking a closer look at, but again, like I said, not really trading it at all, is Solana. Solana for as like a daily, not really a daily vehicle, but like one that potentially comes in and out of play a lot more than some of the other names here on in the cryptoverse. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any stable coins that you guys like to trade intraday, maybe swing trade over a couple of days or weeks or what have you. Throw some of those in the chat, and I'm more than willing to take a look at some of those. But when it comes to intraday trading, I think that Solana is definitely one to watch. I don't know how many people trade the ETH pair, but again, Solana, much better price, does a lot more volume. And why do I say Solana? I've observed a few different trading competitions where it's like crypto only, and the top names more often than not tend to be like Solana.
Really?
Yeah. So
okay.
How
has Solana been performing? What is it off of its all-time high there?
I mean, again, I'm talking about like day trading.
Yeah, that's
right.
Fine.
But in terms of investment and just holding on to it, I guess it's just kind of sideways. It's off of its highs, 295 highs.
From a percentage metric, what's it? What
295 highs. So that's. Let's get the wick. Get the wick.
5%.
Get the wick. Come on, man. Get the damn wick. Whatever. Close enough. About 80%. Roughly about 75, 80%.
Damn.
Yeah. So.
What happened to the XRP army, man?
Ripple. Now that's a name.
Yeah.
I haven't heard in a very long time.
Army getting depleted.
Yeah.
What are we down?
Where are we? XRP USD.
XRP.
USD on Coinbase. Wow, it's back at $1. Okay, all right. I mean, hey, listen, like this was the run up. This was the run up going 2024 to 2025. That was the crazy run up, and yeah, we attempted to break that high once again. And I remember I was just like, oh, I have some Ripple lying around. Let me go check it. And I think there was some broker change that happened. One of the so I had to transfer my coins over to someone else before they shut down. And when I transferred it,
from Binance?
From what was the name? Not Binance, dude. It was one of the ones. It was one of the Canadian ones that closed down. Bittrex.
Oh, okay.
Right, Bittrex. Bittrex was sick. Bittrex was so good when I first joined it, even as like I would trade intraday crypto on it. A lot of these like, whatever coins that just do crazy amounts of volatility in short amounts of time, and Bittrex was the one. And then, anyways, going back to the story, when I had exchanged the XRP to put onto the when I transferred the XRP to put onto the other exchange, they had made me put it into ETH. And now I do not hold XRP, I just hold some ETH. So there is that there. So ETH also decently pulled back off of its highs as well. And if we go to a percentage point here, let's do more of the same here on ETH. ETH roughly from its highs down about 60-70%. So seeing roughly a similar kind of action there. We'll go to see our friend just before I pass it back to Joe. See our friend Bitcoin, and what has Bitcoin been doing?
Has not been good over there, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say the same thing I was saying, I guess, at the beginning of the year, that well, we kind of false broke 125, the 120, 125 area, and I was just like, yeah, well, this is a little bit. Maybe it's time for the reversion, was what I was saying there on the back through 100K, on the back through 80s, 85s, 70s as well. Now we're kind of starting to chop around this breakout. This is the epic breakout, right? 2024, this was the place to be, because what was the high here? The high was I think 73, 74s. Yeah, so basically a 75 breakout on Bitcoin was the place to be. But that was in 2024, and that was a huge trade here on the breakout. See, I still have my lines up from all these years, from all these years. I got a bit of an anchored VWAP, maybe some range. I don't use a lot of indicators on Bitcoin, only the ones that I feel are, somewhat dominant. And I think that we have broken a bit of a dominant trend, breaking back through this 100K and this 85 mark. But, Bitcoin cycle does what Bitcoin cycle does. We'll see. Just like everyone has been saying, this time around is different. We'll see if this time around is really different.
Well, this time around, it is now 2 o'clock around these neck of the woods, guys. Yeah, thank you very much, Obi.
Boom.
I'm going to send it over to the other side of the room there. Get involved with some Katina Man, see what he's been up to for the past couple hours and how the gym has been. Guys, thank you very much. Obi joining us. Yeah. That's it. I think that's it. Yeah, Sharif's be back on Monday. Neil back on Tuesday. Don't worry, y'all. Neil back on Tuesday. And yeah, hopefully everyone has a good 4th of July weekend. I'll see everyone.
Happy Independence Day for those of you who I won't be seeing tomorrow. But yeah, take care. Have a good one. We'll give Joe a little bit of time to go and get set up there. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Once again, do not go anywhere. We got another show, the second half of the day coming up, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Into the close there. So that's coming up soon enough, every single day. So don't forget to throw that like and that subscribe. And have a great long weekend. Are you ready to go? Okay, all right. So without any further ado, I'll see you guys around. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Don't get into too much trouble. Pass it off to Sean, guys. Take it easy.